Yep. It's that time. Testing 1 2. What up? What up? What? What up, family? Man, I hope you guys are having an absolutely awesome day. We are live. What's the word, family? Oh, what's going on, sis? IS in the building. What's going on, bro? What's going on, Shorty? Shorty in the building. What's happening, sis? How you doing? Man, we have made it to another day, and we got a beautiful week up here in the Midwest. So your boy is not complaining, not one bit. Not about the weather. Although we got up to like in the 40s today. Supposed to be a little bit warmer the rest of the week. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that, man. How y'all doing, man? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Let me update these labels. They just too busy, man. Just too busy. Just too busy. Let's see. That's better. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? What y'all up to, man? How y'all are y'all having a good week so far? We are at Tuesday, working our way through the rest of the week. Looking forward to spring. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We all like to be good, man. Try to be at least. I am ready. Listen, man, I'm ready for spring. I'm not going to even hold y'all, man. I think I hit the wall on the cold weather. I'm ready. I'm ready for spring. I think I had enough, guys. I'm ready for spring. I ain't ready to leave it, but I am ready for spring. I'm just saying. All right, what we got going on here? Man, I just got all this stuff happening around me. What's the word, people? What's happening? Where y'all at? What's the activities? I finally got a chance to drop a video, an update video. Things get busy, man. Let me just say that. Things get busy. And I go through these waves where things are kind of manageable for the most part. And then they just get crazy busy. And not sure why that happens. What up, my brother? What's going on, Mr. Sublime in the building? Man, man, you and Ray, man, y'all clowning. And y'all got these little twins, these twinsy Z06s, Corvettes. I cannot wait to see you guys next to each other. And to hear them next to each other is gonna be that much better. I gotta get you Ray's number 2, Sublime, so y'all can communicate. He wants to send you some clips, some sound clips as well, man. That thing sounding amazing. What up, my bro? Hey, bro. Man, it's all good, bro. I understand. I know you get busy, and I was shaking the dice. I thought I'd try. I wanted to call you a little bit sooner. Um, when I was at the gas station, and Ray hit me up. He's like, "Bro, did you see Cody's hood? That looks nice." I'm like, "Man, no." First thing I saw when I opened up Instagram was that installed, bro. That thing looks so good on your car, bro. You talk about your boy making killer content on them that generation 300. Bro, your bill, now you hitting up that garage, bro. Just straight up. I just gotta give you that. Give you one of them, bro. You doing the thing, brother. You are definitely doing the thing. I just got to give you your props, man. I'm just saying, got to give you props. You clowning over there. I'm just saying. Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to look, man. We still got to figure out a link to link again, man. I want to get you up here. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Oh man, absolutely, bro. Got to show love where love is due, man. Um, we definitely got to get you up here one of these seasons, bro. You got to come up. I ain't got no problem with coming back down. You know, that's home. So I ain't going home is easy. But we got to get you up here and check out this scene. This scene is gonna trip your head out. You see the stuff online. That's one thing. That's like the highlights. Man, we can have literally one day when it's popping in the heart of the season. One day you can hit up 3-4 shows for real in one day. It's just constant car stuff happening all the time. You just got to get up and see. I think the most I did was 4 shows in one day. Exhausting, but it was fun. Definitely, bro. For real, for real. We got to figure it out. We got to get you up here. And all we got to do is pick the right weekend. I think I gave you my calendar, man. I'm gonna send you a link to the calendar, bro. If you don't have it already, I'm gonna send you a link to the calendar. You can see what's happening in this area, at least the stuff that we got on the calendar for the season. And I populated the calendar. It's got all kind of stuff happening on there right now. But let me see if I can. But for the most part, bro, when the season gets popping, and I'm still adding stuff to the calendar. I'm not done yet, but I'm getting it populated. I want to give you an idea what I'm talking about. But when this season gets here, man, you don't even understand when I really want to make it make sense. You'll see. You'll see. Lefty is in the building. What up, my brother? Lefty, the enforcer, is in the building. Finally cleaned up the 500. Man, I bet she is. Listen, here's the crazy part. That little blue girl is gonna be getting a little bit more attention, man. I'm feeling sorry for the 500. I'm talking. I'm feeling sorry for the 500. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because this first season with the vet, first season with the vet's gonna be quite interesting, bro. I'm just saying. I know that's my sis car, but I'm just saying, man, it's gonna be a different kind of feel, Sublime. First season with the vet, yeah, man, get ready. I'm feeling for the 500. Yeah, look, I know, and I know you do track days. You travel with that thing. You do a lot of different stuff with the 500, and it's beautiful. It's fast. It sounds amazing. But this the first year with the vet. It's a different kind of feel. I don't even know how to put it in words. I give you a great example. I know I love my car. I'm just listen, bro. Something about the C7 Corvette, especially the C706, is such an amazing car, right? There's been way more hype lately coming out on that generation car, the 7th generation Corvette lately, just as of late, because it's so desirable, right? You got to think this 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pound of torque. The new Z06 is 670 something horsepower. Oh, my brother's in the building. One moment, one moment, one moment. What up, Ray?
What's going on?
Hanging in there, bro. The new Z06 is 600 and something, 670 something, but it's like 4 something foot-pound of torque. That means you take both of them cars and you put them on an incline and press the pedal. It's gonna be that C7 that's gonna get up that hill the fastest. It has more torque. Just saying. Just saying. I don't care what kind of electronics and stabilization control and all this other crap that can kick on while you're going up that hill. The torque will not be there. And for some reason, the C7 Corvette is getting way more attention right now, especially the Z06. It's a very desirable car, and especially if you got a manual, it takes it to the next level.
Manuals
Yeah,
are
man.
overrated.
Huh? Would you?
Manuals are overrated.
Yeah. Look, I was telling Sublime, man, I need to get y'all get you guys. I got to get you guys each other's numbers so y'all can.
Yeah, I tried messaging him on Instagram with my number.
He ignored you.
Yeah.
Man, that guy is something else, man. I got to talk to him about that.
I can't complain. If it was me, I'd ignore me too. So
Duke, mine in the groove. What up, bro? Man, did not go. Did not go, man. It's been an interesting start of the season for me, and we just really at the cusp of it, right? I didn't do World of Wheels. I didn't do Chicago Auto Show. I did not do Tuna Galleria. Um, it just wasn't there. It wasn't there for me, man. Just trying to work some stuff out, get some things out of the way, and just make room for all that stuff. I just didn't have the space for it. I'm not gonna even hold you. And I saw a couple of videos that people posted about it. And be honest with you, I was so in my own little rhythm, I forgot about the show. It wasn't until a point I was talking to show about that. It wasn't until a point that I saw some people post that I realized that wait, Tuna Galleria this weekend. Space cadet, man. Just a straight up space cadet. So missed it, man. I didn't go. Did not put Zeus in Tuna Galleria. I'm gonna probably try to plan for the next Tuna Galleria. I think I'm gonna plan for the next Tuna Galleria to have Zeus, but Zeus will look different by then. At least that's my intention. If we get Zeus, you know, with a different look, then maybe we'll plan for that. But I'm not going if it's looking the same. I just haven't had time, man. Everybody's schedule's got online. My man busy over there, man. And I ain't going but one place to get my car taken care of. He's busy. I'm not trying to take money out of his pocket. We gotta let him do his thing. This 75 said, didn't miss nothing. Same old car. Yeah, it's so let me put it to you like this. Honestly, I'm not gonna even hold you, man. Tuna Galleria is literally a reunion. You go run across the same people. Um, I would say probably about 60% of the cars are exactly the same. And then the other 40% are going to be new cars or updated versions of the cars that showed up last year. Tuna Galleria is literally, man, just a reunion, man. It's a way to catch up with a bunch of people that was there the year before, man. No, sir. Rick Ross is not in the car. How can I explain the Rick Ross show? I have an issue with the Rick Ross show. I ain't mad at his hustle. I ain't mad at his grind. He do what he do. But y'all paying for him to buy cars. I just don't see that, man. I'm not that interested in that big show. Um, just not interested, man. I'd rather go to Indy, man. I'd rather go to Indy than to go to Rick Ross show. Ton of cars, ton of different people out there doing their thing, but with a different energy. Although Ricky brings, he bringing people from literally all around the country to his show, and I ain't mad at him. I'm sure it's a killer show. I just, if I go spectate, I ain't going to, but I ain't put nothing in. Maybe to go see it one year. I'm just not interested. I think it's a lot of money for what? I mean, great show. Be on the property. I'm sure they got some other celebrities and things that's going to be there, but I don't know. I guess I'm not just interested in it from that perspective. They got some people that want to go, want to be there. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just not in the cards for me. I don't know why I'm not interested in it. It's just not for me. I've gotten to a point, especially when you get these cars they're fast, they're fun to drive. I would rather be driving my car than I'd rather spend 8 hours driving my car than 4 hours sitting in the parking lot looking at other cars. I would rather spend my time. Listen, look. With the Rick Ross seemed to be really nice, but the process is getting to be a property and like is a nightmare. It's there's a lot to go on at the Rick Ross show. And I heard some of the everybody couldn't get in last year. I heard that there was nightmares from that perspective. There's too many anomalies, especially for people to be coming all over the country and to get there and to run across some crazy challenge. Man, I'm just saying, man. Supposed to be the Super Bowl for big wheel cars. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a big show. A lot of people bring their heavy hitters down there. Um, and it's honestly it's becoming it's becoming the place where people go down there to move cars. Not everybody going down there just to be in the show. Now they got people going down there to try to get their car purchased by Rick Ross. But he's hurting the show with the concerts, the concert. Here's the Dove show. It's becoming about the concert, not the cars. Yeah, I can see that. I think that he's getting a huge celebrity draw, right? People paying a lot of money, not just to get there, but they get paying a lot of money to get in. Not just as a spectator, you pay a lot of money to get in. And if you got cars you going in, you're gonna pay a bag to get in. Um, and you're right, yeah, it's a big old concert. There's a lot of great cars out there. How can I say this, man, and make it make sense? Do you have to go to Rick Ross show to see those cars? Now, I think the other side of it is, yeah, you're gonna have celebrities. Yeah, you're gonna have a different mixed bag of who's who are gonna be in the all in the same place. It probably is a whole nother feel when it comes to having some of the biggest car creators in my mind. If you think about it like that, the guys who are designing and building these cars, they're all in one spot, right? And that's kind of dope. I just don't see myself spending much time in that one place. And I don't knock anybody that want to do it. I'm not gonna tell you no, don't do it. I'm telling you about this guy. It's just I don't see the hype. I don't see the hype for myself. I would rather be driving my car than sitting 4 hours at a car. I'd rather again 8 hours in that car than sitting 4 hours at a car show. It's just a different feel for me, man. I had fun in the early part of car showing with the vet, even with the 300. Man, it's something about driving that car though, man. YouTube is flooded with Rick Ross content for 2 weeks after that show. You are never lying. You are never. You get. you get. So up here, man, when we had these different shows, you might find 5 or 6 different perspective of a show, right? And usually, if it's two of us, because we run with YouTubers, so I'm amongst a bunch of YouTubers. You may get um, three or four different perspectives in the same hour. Let alone the whole day, you might find another 5 or 6 different perspectives of the exact same show, right? Rick Ross show, you gonna find man, it's gonna be 300-400 perspectives of the exact same show. The exact same show. Yeah, it was like $500 for adults with parking lot shit. This is what I'm talking about. So, and I get you paying to be on this man property for the most part. I just want you to think about uh you know you want to see a group of rappers going to a concert, how much they gonna hit you up? Parking included. How much is that gonna hit you up? Versus going to another car show that has a bunch of big wheel. Man, you can only see so many big wheel cars before you're exhausted about what these things look like. When when did when do you hit your threshold? And again, I'm only speaking from my perspective. I'll never knock anyone for wanting to go. Enjoy, man. Get it in. Make a video so I can look at it. I'd rather look at the video than be there. That's just me. Couldn't get back to next that part. That's another part. I mean, it's all private property, so you ain't gotta hopefully not worry about anything happening to it, but that part. Some of the bigger shows like Tuna Galleria, the car has to sleep overnight in the Donald E. Stevenson uh arena. But you know what? It's all guarded, it's all taken care of, it's all protected. I ain't gotta worry about nobody messing with my car. And I think that's the only show that I was comfortable with leaving there overnight. I thought about trying to put my car in World of Wheels. That's a weekend. Ooh, talking about cringing, shaking, nervousness. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. It's at the early part of the season, so there's usually not a lot of driving anyway. But if I was to put it in this year, if I'd have had it in this year, it was a great weekend to be driving. I'd have been frustrated. Having my car parked and not driving it. The other side of it is that I do have the BMW, which, man, it's a pleasure to drive. It is a pleasure to drive. It's another way I can get out there and enjoy these roads without feeling like I'm missing the vet. Zeus is a beast, but Pegasus is right behind him.
Yeah, the Subi sucks.
What? You have so much fun in that car? Never.
It's small.
Never. I'm debating on going. Really? I am as well. I've been thinking about trying to get down there. My only concern about down there is, man, guess where they snatching vets the most? They got 2 states, Florida and Texas. So if I go down there, I'm taking Pegasus. I won't even take the vet. That's if I go. I doubt it though, man. I doubt if I go. This is one of them seasons that I'm probably gonna do some local stuff and do more driving. I think this might be one of them seasons.
Carlisle.
Thinking about Carlisle. And only because my brother right next to me, this guy right here.
Who?
This guy right here.
Well,
You
tell him to get
mentioned
on
it.
camera then.
What'd you say?
Tell him to get on camera.
I want you knuckle.
Oh, well, the way you're going over here pointing, I thought you had someone next to you.
You know what? Maybe let's try to play. Let's plan next year. And the reason why I say let's plan next year,
I
we
might
got
not have it by
Sublime.
then.
What'd you say?
It might be gone by then. You
Man.
know I'm not lying about that. You know it's
Yeah,
possible.
you're absolutely right. I know. It just hit me. But how nice it would be with all of us now with these cars to have that caravan. If we plan this right, man, come on, think about it. Sublime and the missus, my sis, they got the vet. Willie Brown in the building. What'd you say, Joe? Should frame off vet. Just kidding. Man, let me tell you. I had my experience at Tuna Galleria. Well, you can ask, Sublime about that. Where and that's my fault. I didn't have my car locked and people climb. This dude let his kid climb all over the inside of my car, and he taking pictures. I'm like, golly, I thought Sublime and pimping was. I thought they were about to beat this dude down. Is what after hearing about everything happening. So you do get people, man, that miss the fact that this is a car show, not a car touch, right? People always all over your car. One thing about World of Wheels that's a little bit different than Tuna Galleria, you have a greater chance in actually keeping your car from being touched at World of Wheels than you do at Tuna Galleria. Because they're all there, you really can't block it off, right? Tuna Galleria is like an indoor car show, normal indoor car show, whereas Well, the wheels you can rope off your car so people can't touch them, so they can only look at them. So that's the difference. You know what I mean? But you live and you learn. I don't mind it too much because again, when you got your guys with you, people, everybody's paying attention to your car, so you don't get people just messing with your stuff. And that's the part that I appreciate when you got friends, man, that got your back, and they, everybody's no, everybody's never. You'll never have the crew leaving the cars all at the same time. We'll always leave somebody behind just to make sure nobody messing with the cars. It's just the way it works, even indoor, because although you're indoor and you're at the convention center, you still are dealing with the public. Just tons of people in there looking at cars and drinking, drinking. So you gotta be conscious and just gotta stay on your guard and help people help themselves from not messing with your stuff. Unfortunately, it's the stuff that comes along with car shows, man. Still here eating, I'm eating chicken enchiladas. I thought, ooh, that sounds good. Last time you had a good chicken enchilada, Ray?
I don't remember. Maybe military.
Are you serious?
Think so.
That long?
Well, I usually get tacos or burritos anywhere I go. I really don't do enchiladas.
That could be it right there.
Unless Holly gets the enchilada stuff from Costco or Sam's, or you just throw it in the oven.
Okay, the
But if
pre-made
you want to
stuff.
go grocery store, enchiladas, I'd probably say Costco's been the best so far.
Okay,
But from a Mexican restaurant where it's authentic, military probably.
really? I made them myself a few times. I don't think I've made them since I've been at this house though. Made them at the last house.
I think you should do it.
May have to, man. Make sure I have put a few on the side for you.
Or when I do the housewarming party gathering.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to. Let me think about what I'm not gonna do enchiladas for that. I have to do something else. I have to
Well,
do
after I
something
kick
special
everybody
for that.
else out and all that stuff, and with a few of you other guys staying, we could chow
Man,
down.
I have to bring some gumbo, man. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna have to do some real good food.
All right, bring the White Castles.
I bring the White Castle. I bring gumbo, man. Something made by these two hands. The gumbo is always a hit. I got people knocking down the door for some
I don't think
gumbo.
I'll have enough bathrooms for gumbo.
What you mean? Bathroom? Why you gonna need bathrooms?
Some
Gumbo
people
don't
don't
run
eat
you. My
gumbo.
gumbo don't run nobody to the bathroom. That's bad gumbo. I don't do that, man.
Also, when it hits, you don't even have time to react.
What you mean? My gumbo is not bad. What you talking about? You don't think I know how to cook?
Yes, I'm kidding.
Wow. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna have to make some gumbo. I'm gonna bring you just a cup of it, and that's what you're gonna get. And I get to hear your comments about my gumbo.
That sounded really bad.
Oh man, nah, sheesh. Chicken enchilada actually doesn't sound like a bad deal right now, but that's just me.
Yeah, I need to stop looking at cars. This is driving me insane.
Say that again,
I'm gonna try and stop looking at cars. This is driving me insane.
bro. It's not gonna happen, right?
But I've done good. 2 weeks, and I haven't bought anything yet.
Keyword.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I get it. I think that
I'm trying to justify the 4.5 hour drive still.
I think that Still not a bad move. We just got to plan it the right way. The car's nice. Just saying. Car's nice. Or you just stay disciplined and hold out until end of the year. Sneaky Tuesday. Tony. I was telling Cody about when you text me and when you when we were talking, you told me about the Cody's Instagram post. I'm like,
Oh,
man,
with the hood.
oh my goodness. He killing it. I was trying to give him his props, man. I'm just saying. He killing it. What do you think, Ray? What do you think?
Oh, he's definitely killing it. If I decide to go that route with either a Charger or a 300, I'll turn around and be like, have fun. Let me know when you're done with it. When that headache I got to deal with.
You're going to drop it off at Cody's?
Yeah, might as well.
Cody, here you go. Here's a credit card.
I'll probably have better luck finding another car and all that down by him to drive back home. And
no, you'll find a car to drive back home. That'll be easy. What is that?
Found another Hellcat Charger with 73 miles on it. That was pretty tempting.
What year?
23.
73 miles? Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know, there's a lot of them out there.
And they were asking 70 grand for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there. The people not buying them.
Yeah, well, this one had no stupid markup, no nothing.
I think we're getting past a lot of the markups. They're still trying to mark up like last calls and all this other stuff.
That's what this was, one of the last calls.
Really? And it wasn't marked up?
No.
I think that's a run. I think we're getting past a lot of the heavy markups, though. I think we're getting past that and moving to a place where people can buy a car for what the car is worth, as opposed to all these crazy markups.
No.
You should be able to get a deal on a car nowadays.
You would think so.
For real. For real. I want to say, what the stock market? Where we at with the S&P? Yeah, it's floating. Took a big dip today, but it came back up. With the stock market, the way it's fluctuating, it's just not a time for any major purchases. I can tell you that. Definitely want to be careful about that.
Woohoo.
What's up?
Might have a lead on a WS6.
What? From where?
I don't know. My friend Charlene says she knows someone selling one that she'll get the info to me tomorrow.
Really? I like those. It's automatic. Oh, you don't know, do you? Huh?
Auto T-top.
Ooh. What?
And obviously it's got my requirements because I put under 60,000 miles on it.
What? Auto T-tops? Not a bad move, bro. Oh, man. I like those. I really do like those a lot.
Maybe I could figure out do a SpinTech exhaust on this thing.
Ooh.
Do the upgraded SLPY pipe.
Yeah.
Dumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be loud. That's another one. It sounds like a race car.
I just have to make sure I still have plenty left over for the winter project with the vet. I miss it though. It's just like, yeah,
bro.
It figures I turn around and take the car in, and then we get all this nice weather. If I didn't take it in, I can guarantee we wouldn't be having this weather.
It wouldn't. Yeah. That's usually how it works, right? Usually how it works. Now, man, and listen, when I talk to you about that vet is I mean, look where it's at. Look what it's doing to you. That car's amazing, bro.
I probably will be keeping it. Like I said, I tried giving it up and all that when I found those 4 other GTRs, and I couldn't even do it. And
I mean,
I had the Vet and GTR side by side, and I still couldn't do it. I mean, look how quick I gave up the Camaro,
right.
and I bought that first before the Vet.
Yeah. The problem is you put more miles on the vet than you did on that Camaro.
I put more money in the Camaro than miles,
Yeah, true.
but
True.
it worked. I came out ahead, so
Yeah,
luckily.
and not only that, but it was for the betterment of the car. It wasn't just for mods. It was for the betterment of the car as a whole. So, man, yeah, I'm just saying, not a bad move. Not a bad move. Oh crap!
Language, my virgin ears.
Here we go,
You were doing that swear stuff earlier and all that, saying the D word constantly.
bro. Bro,
Jax,
was
you might
not
want
using
to leave.
profanity.
There's swearing and profanity going on.
That was not profanity.
He just
We
popped
were
that
at
out
the where did I go? The McHenry Dam. That's not profanity.
the way you said it. It was.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, Jax just pops down and is trying to stare up at the computer now.
Let's do this. Why didn't I do this? What am I doing?
Yeah, after he destroyed the bear, he's walking around with it, and he's not even trying to tear it up anymore.
Is it in pieces parts?
The foot is ripped a little bit more than what you saw when you gave it to him. And the whole back is ripped open,
Oh wow.
all the stuffing out of it and the squeaker out of it.
This was supposed to be an indestructible bear.
Oh, he did more. He
He
destroyed it.
destroyed it. It's done.
Yeah, probably what, 4 hours.
That's crazy, man.
He had the squeaker
Absolutely
out
nuts.
probably about 45 minutes after you left.
Doesn't make sense to me. How does he do that?
You should see he's looking away now.
Told you that dog is smart, bro. Smarter than you think he is.
There's no bud. You're not in trouble. You don't need to look all sad.
Smarter than you think he is. Jack should be on, man.
Yeah, I'm just being stared
Where's
at.
IS? IS, you still in here? What's your next show, IS? I'm curious. Who else is in here? Joe Nobody. What are you getting into, man? I know they got. I'm trying to look at these local guys, seeing what kind of shows we got here. Because I know we're starting to get into this cars and coffee rhythm, right? It's starting to happen. I know there was something last weekend that I missed. There was also the car show that I missed. Um, really, I'm trying to figure out what's in your area. I got a calendar full of crap, and I put a bunch of stuff up. Let me see if I can get into the calendar real quickly. But I put a bunch of stuff on the calendar, trying to get things started for the year. Yeah, that's coming up. Going to see.
Yeah, I got the Jim's invite for that one because it's at his shop.
Yep, yep, yeah. So did I. I gotta catch. I gotta catch. Actually, I'm supposed to be catching up with him and who else I'm supposed to be catching up with. Uh-oh. What Red sent me. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I look like my old Trans Am, except I was all black.
Oh, nice.
Look. And then
Oh,
right on top the Elco, of course, they both got that blue light blue theme. Oh my goodness.
I was actually looking at a couple 77 to 80s, but it was just like if I go that, I'd have to turn around and do like a 69 to 73 Camaro at that point.
Not only that, but man, you go back then, you're gonna start wanting to look really kind of pay attention to some of the resto mod type stuff, um, just so that you can drive the thing. You know what I mean? Without feeling like worrying about something going wrong.
Like, I mean, that one G8 I was eyeing was still, yeah. But I know there's some people that don't like four-door horsepower.
I wonder who that might be.
But we actually, me and Sean actually talked about that the other morning,
Yeah.
and I actually kind of understand where he's coming from with why he doesn't. It made a
Why?
it made a
Why? I gotta hear this. Why?
long story short, because 90% of the guys with the four-door cars doing all the racing, driving like idiots, having their kids in the car. Makes complete
Eh,
sense. I
I
can
mean,
see that.
you can have kids in a two door car with back seats.
Yeah, but when he started explaining it and all that stuff, I caught. I was just like, you know what, that actually does make some sense. So
They just sitting in the driveway. You can see it right now. Honestly, like what was that RS6? Come on, man. RX6 Avante. Come on, man. All day long without hesitation. Let's see, man. Let me see what I'm back. Had to run the General Dollar for a box of Kraft mac and cheese. Yes, indeed. Hey, man, gotta do what you gotta do, brother. Keep mama happy. Let me see, man. Let me show y'all. I got a bunch of stuff, and most of you guys should have a calendar, man. But let me
I
see.
know because I'm back on Android and I lost a lot.
You don't have a calendar anymore?
No, I didn't even. It never even transferred over my niece's birthdays or nothing. So here I had to turn and call my brother and feel like an idiot. Hey, what's your wife and the girl's birthdays again?
Really? Should
Yeah,
have been an ad. It should have been on Google, right?
yeah. That's how I had my other stuff saved, and the birthdays never even saved.
Man, cooking dinner late. I'm on my way.
No, especially making mac and cheese. I'm definitely on the way.
Look, I mean, as you can see, guys, and most of the stuff is on the weekends. If you can see, we're getting the calendar populated. This is let's go back up to March. March got things going on. We got the cars and caffeine. I'm definitely going to the URW event. Um, maybe check out the Lexus event. I don't know. We'll see. Following weekend, there's nothing. Weekend after that, we got cars and coffee in Roxford, which is always a good one. What is this one?
Oh, at Katie's Cup or whatever it is.
Yep, that's a good one, man. That is a
That's
good
what I've been
one.
hearing.
Yeah, I had a good time at that event, so it's definitely a good event, man. And then there's another one. This was in St. Charles. You got to pick it. You can't go to both of these. It's just not going to happen. It's just too far away from each other, right? Uh, we got the second annual motor car show. There's a bunch of different stuff in here, guys. Listen, I don't know what all of them are right off the bat, especially from right here. I brought them all in all at the same time. So there's a lot of different things that's going to be going on. We even got some stuff on Sundays that happening. The calendar is getting populated. I'm adding stuff as I go along to see if we can just have the schedule popping, man. Wait, which one is in St. Charles? Uh Euroquip, Crip, Euroquip in St. Charles. So it's gonna probably be a bunch of German cars, probably. Yes, sir. Did you show it on the big screen? Mac and cheese, kosher. He's eating hot dogs and mac and cheese, baby.
That's
Alco
the
and
way
my,
to do it.
huh?
That's the way to do it. Holly will turn around, make a big thing of mac and cheese, cook the hot dogs, chop them up in, toss them in the mac and cheese.
Man.
That's the way to do it.
So if you guys should have, let me know if Sublime, you should have access to this calendar. If you don't, let me know. I'll make sure I send you a link so that you can get in here and check this stuff out. But I try to make sure that all this, at least what we're doing, is going on. Cody, I'm definitely gonna send this to you so that you can see if you can plot, man. Get out here. Come check this stuff out, man. There's a lot going on. Always in the Midwest. Midwest got a it's a pretty deep car scene, man. It's going down. It's going down in the Midwest. There you go. And a wine hot dog was fancy. We fancy. Y'all got y'all pinkies up over there. Man, I'm gonna send Ray your number, man, so y'all can link. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and put y'all all in here together. Pause. Good morning. Oh man, I gotta do that. Shucks. Man, Ray. Wait, I think I got y'all in this one. You know,
Yes.
man.
I wouldn't be able to do two different phones.
Huh? You
I
could,
wouldn't be.
man.
I have a hard enough time with two different emails. I don't know. I don't think I could do two phones.
You can do it, man. You can do it. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Why is it not cooperating?
Operator
Cancel.
error.
Probably. Draft. Matt. Ray. Matt. Meet Ray. Ray meet Matt. All right, y'all can lock in now. Voila.
I'm getting tired of my phone going off.
He said I don't go on IG anymore.
That makes sense.
You said if he could do two phones, you can do two phones.
I would still probably fail at some point with it.
Why you think you'll fail with it?
I'd probably give the wrong number.
What you mean? Get a wrong number. Oh my goodness.
If I thought I gave out the other phone number and then gave the other number, and then I'd be getting yelled at.
You don't want to do that, bro. You
No,
don't
that's why I'm not
want
doing two
to
phones.
do that. Oh wait, what's this? Man, I got so much stuff on here, and it's all kind of came in at one time. I don't even know all what's on the calendar, so it's just a matter of going in, guys. Y'all gotta go check this out. If you got access to the calendar, go check it out. There's a bunch of stuff going on in here. Lots. Like this show right here, that Mason Car Show. It's the 7th annual car show at the American Antique Mall in Algonquin. Man, that is a good car show.
And I tried when they had it over at Spring Hill when I had the Hellcat show up. They turned around and told me real cars only, and actually told me to get off the property. They would not let me anywhere near.
Which car? You not this car show?
Oh yeah, when they had it over by Spring Hill a couple years ago. There was like me and like 5 other Hellcats. They turned around and said, "Oh, you guys aren't being a part of this. You need to leave."
No, huh?
Yeah,
They had Hellcats at the show the first year I went.
maybe, maybe that's why they wouldn't let us in. I don't know.
That's crazy.
They turned around and it was me and like 6 others.
Yeah, I went the first
And that's
year.
when my
They had
other
some heat.
that's when my other intake showed up for the Hellcat for even louder blower whine. So I just went home and threw that on.
I went to this for the first time maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But it was always at that mall. At that, well, I went. It was always at the Algonquin mall. Maybe before they moved there. It was a little bit of everything there, man. Little bit of everything. There's some heat. It's a good show. They have a lot of really good cars there, man. They have some nice G bodies there too. Oh man, real nice G bodies. My favorite was this guy had a T type out there that was just absolutely mint, absolutely perfect. Man, that thing was nice. Bro, this was a long day.
Yeah, it was.
This is a long, busy day, man. It was a long, busy day. What's going on with y'all out here, man? What's the word? What's happening in y'all parts of the world, man, other than fancy Hawaiian hot dog buns? What is happening? What's the word, people? Where's the banter? Hook me up. Give me some energy. We want this night to last a little while.
I could take a nap.
Huh?
I could take a nap.
Yeah, suck
I
that
might
nap.
have some energy here in a minute because I got to get Jax out and all that. So it'll
Got you.
be him taking me
Pep
out.
you up. When is the best weather in Chicago after April? Literally after April.
I would say usually the second week in April is where it gets a little bit more steady with temperatures.
Yeah, we still
I
get
mean, this weekend we're supposed to get highs into the low mid 30s. One of the days over the weekend coming up.
we still get decent amount of rain in April. I want to say end of April, May, things are just really nice, beautiful. Probably some of the most perfect weather into June.
Yeah, Sunday 36 degrees. And Saturday 61. Friday is 75.
Good Lord, man.
And then Monday 53,
Here we go.
64, 55, 43, and then right back to the 50s and 60s again
Uh Good Lord, what is going on upstairs?
with rain.
We're
At
gonna get
least though, for the cars and coffee on the 22nd, 56 degrees is a high.
there. I can handle that. That
Hmm.
doesn't bother me too much. Willie Brown,
Cancel
a
rain.
4-door Mustang. Any thoughts? I do. As a matter of fact, I actually wanted to talk about this car.
I will be right back. I hear him whining.
Go ahead, man. I actually wanted to talk about this car, man. I think it's a smart move. I think it's a really smart move. The At least the renderings that I saw, the car looks good. Um, I think it's a smart move, and here's why. I think they have an opportunity to impact the Mopar market a bit. People aren't taking Mustangs the way they're interrupting the car market with the way Mopars are being stolen. For now, I guess, until they figure out how to steal a Mustang, I guess. But and I don't want to wish that on the market. I can tell you that across the board. But I think it's a smart move, especially if they maintain that powertrain. They put the right power behind that car. It'll be again, 4 horsepower, right? Um, but I think it's a smart move, man. I think it's a smart move. Think about making a road trip, making that road trip, man. Come through. And oh God, I'm gonna have to get your info. Maybe I'll share the link to the calendar, man, so people can see it. I'm gonna put the link in here for those who might be interested in checking it out. So you can at least see a lot of the stuff that's happening in the area, at least the things that are on the calendar right now. Um, it's a decent amount of stuff that's happening. You know what I mean? So let me see. Shareable link. Make available to public. Uh, all events detailed, pros and cons details. So copy. I'm about to share this so people can take a look at it, man. It's paste. This is the count. This is a Bros and Cars calendar. This is just the stuff that I posted about the things that are happening in this area right now. Check it out. Give me your thoughts, man. If you guys want to check this out and get into it. But this is a lot of stuff that's happening in this area. And I'll be updating the calendar as I learn about new events and things like that that's happening. Definitely will be updating that so you guys can see it, man. But they got some heat on here, and as we get closer to those events, we'll definitely talk about them, so that you guys will know at least the things that are really popping, right? Like like if I look at the June calendar, let me look at May. Let me see if I can see something that just sticks out. May. I definitely want to check out the CACW summer opener. Definitely got to check that out. Crown Custom. It's gonna be a Crown Custom and coating. This is gonna be basically where I get my wheels taken care of. I gotta call Paul. God dog it. But this is always a hit. This is gonna be on the 17th of May. Um, always a hit, guys. Uh, let's see. Like I mentioned, the Mason Car Show. This is on the 25th of May. That's a Sunday. Always a good show. Just really, really good show. In June, we have the 5th annual charity supercar show. This is at in Hoffman Estates. Uh, always a good show. Always heat. Tons of incredible cars. Um, can't go wrong. And that day, there's going to be 4 different events going on. Following weekend is the Lincoln Commons. Again, always heat. That is the 28th of June. I shared the link to the calendar. You guys check it out. Go in and take a look at what I'm talking about. But there's heat, bro. I generally don't plan for too many Sunday events because of church for me. That's my priority. And if it's something after church I can get to, then I try to make it. But that's my priority. So I can't guarantee I'll make a Sunday event. But my point being, they just got that heat. They got a Supercar Saturday event that's going to be happening on the 12th of July. Every weekend is something going on. And this is just the stuff that I posted now. I did this weekend. I got some more updates that I'm going to be doing here real shortly. And this don't count the cruise nights. Like I got cruise nights in here, but I don't think all of them are represented. Let's not talk about the cruise nights. Cruise nights are every whatever day that is, and they always heat out at the cruise nights. Bro, come through. They got that heat out here, bro. Definitely got that heat. Yeah, there's always so many tons of events, man. It's impressive. Very impressive. Ride and Shine and Exotic at Exotic Tent. This is one that I wish I could catch. It's always a good show, but I'm always running late because I'm coming from church. It's a Sunday event. This is on the 1st of June. But it's the same day as the WCS 25th season opener over at the Kiswaski Brew Company. Definitely go there because they always have good food. For those who enjoy them a beer or two, they have good beer, and it's also in good atmosphere, and it's also close to the house. I go out there, hang out until I am tired, and that Sunday nap start to kick in, and I go my butt home and enjoy it. But tons of stuff, man. Tons of event. You guys got the calendar. You can see what's happening. Um, and again, I will be updating. So as you look at here, things you see now, some of this stuff will change, and I'll be adding stuff on a regular basis. I'm always getting updates from my buddy Bobby. Bobby always send me events that he knows about that's going on. Bobby's well connected with a lot of these cart things, and I just get stuff like the I don't even know if I have this on my calendar, but Bobby has it. He sent it to me. Let me see if it's on here. The 16th. Nope, not on here. Hamilton Collection. They're doing a car show on the 16th of March. It's from like 5 to 7. It's like they're doing an unveiling. He has the new Hennessy. Oh God, I gotta go for this. He has the new Hennessy Venom. Excuse me, I can read Venom F5. Man, I love. This is one of my absolute favorite cars, dream cars. And they're unveiling that car on. They're unveiling their car on the 16th of March. It's next Sunday. That means I'm gonna go to church. We'll come home, take a quick nap. We'll leave the house, go pick up Ray, and then we going out there. Isn't that right, Ray? Listen, I don't want to hear. I don't know. I don't hear that, bro. You coming? You're going with me. So I'm
Ooh.
gonna put this on the calendar so you guys can see it. He also sent me the on the 17th. There's a Twin Lakes May 17th Twin Lakes car show. Do I have that already? Nope, it's not on here. But there's a Twin Lakes car show I need to put up here. Um, Bobby also sends like all the registration stuff. So any show that you think he thinks we want to get into, he's gonna send it. Bobby also has a GT 500, beautiful car, absolutely beautiful car. Bobby's a good guy, man. Another one of the good guys you got to keep in your corner. He loves him a Mustang. I want to say Bobby traded what 3 Mustangs to get the one he got. He loves Mustang. He got the latest GT 500, and I think he's on the list for the new one. I think he's on the list for the new one, that new Mustang. Have you seen the rendering of the photo Mustang? Right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Not just the look, about the approach. Because you got to think what they're doing. They're challenging a market.
Yeah.
4 horsepower, baby. The only one they can go after heavy is Mopar. And if they're successful with this car, it will make its way. And they got a patent for it. That means they're moving forward with that decision. What's next? You're gonna get a 4-door Camaro? Nope, Camaro gone, huh? It's gonna have to be a 4-door Vet. Oh, they already have the 4-door Camaro. It's called the Chevy SS.
Yeah. So Terry just sent me a really nice blue G8.
Where is it?
Chicago. It's one of the TCG guys.
Oh yeah.
It's his. It's exhaust intake tuned by Koza Performance.
Really?
70,000 miles for 15K.
70,000 miles, clean title?
Yep.
When was it built?
I don't know.
I'm wondering how many of them
He just sent
that
me the link for it.
70,000 miles is on the built motor or on
No, it's just intake,
not built
exhaust,
motor,
and a tune.
on the products that was added. Sorry.
I mean, it's tuned by Koza, so I'm not too concerned with it.
No, they did it.
And
They did a good
and if
job.
anything, Satara could just try on and retweak it for me too.
True. True.
So
Where are they doing this unveiling? Oh, this is at yeah, we gotta go do that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. You with me, right, Ray? Right?
yep.
All right, man. Don't back out on me.
Now Ryan just sent me the same one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The same car?
Yep.
Where they find it? Is it on Facebook?
Yep. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. Let me check it out. So, guys, we got events going on. If Chevy brings back an Elko rendering, bruh, that one I sent you, Lefty, was nasty. Like, for real. That was beautiful. It'd be interesting if they would bring it back. I think the closest we got to getting back into that the Chevy back into that Elko was the Ute, that one from the Australians, man. I think that's the closest thing we're gonna get to that. It'd be interesting if Chevy would go that route again, but oh man. What cars you would like to see come back, man? Tell me what cars you think, if they were able to bring it back with a more modern flair, you think would be just killer.
Grand National.
Grand National, absolutely. Can they do a Grand National with a modern flair?
Honestly, or even like a third, like IROC Camaro.
Camaro is gone, right?
Yeah, but like a third gen style rendering,
Ooh,
not a fifth or sixth gen, but a third gen.
that would be nasty. That would be nasty. I say, of course, for me, it would be the. It's got to be the smoking and bandit Trans Am. It's got to, but it's got to look like that. You know what I mean? It's got to have that look. It can't be too modern. It's got to be that version of that car brought back to life. Love that car, man. Love that Trans Am. Flaming chicken and all. Honeycomb wheels.
It's not a flaming chicken; it's a fire chicken.
Yeah, that too. Both of them.
Exactly. You might catch someone that's picky with the stuff, like owning a Corvette and only putting 5-10 miles on it a year.
Oh God, that just
Keep
be
resale
nuts.
value up.
Impala SS. Ooh. You know what, and they bring them back, so it's not like they don't. I would love to see that. I think that was a. I think they missed that market with the Impala. Honestly, I think they missed that market when they brought the Impala back and they made that Impala an economy car. I think they missed the market. I think they should have thrown the Chevy SS powertrain at the Impala and made it real. I think they should have. I think that could have been another line of SS cars that wasn't a V6. I'm just saying. I think they missed the mark on it. Chevy SS should have had a big brother called the Impala. I believe it should have. And I think where the reality of that car, the frame, the body style, the length, the size, the weight, the whole nine, G8. In my opinion, that's your Impala SS. What's your thoughts, Raymond? Man, I am getting a headache. Why? I drank some water.
Probably my voice. You heard it this morning. You heard it after work. And now you're hearing it again. I mean, I get a headache from listening to myself.
You don't bother me like that, my brother.
I'll just give it time.
Really, all this time, and you think it's gonna
I
start
say give
now?
it one more time.
It's gonna start now. It's gonna start now.
Well, if you end up taking me on a trip, I can guarantee halfway through you probably will.
I doubt it.
I can give you a headache, and you'll be turning around and throwing me
You
out.
don't talk that much, Ray. Don't even try it. Good try though. I think
Yeah,
it was a
but I
good
can turn
effort.
around and demonstrate to you the most annoying sounds in the world.
Here we go. What's that?
I'll figure it out for a car ride.
Come on, man. We already took a trip. We went to pick up the BMW. Really?
That was like an hour and a half drive. We're talking
No,
about
it was
hour
not. It
and
was
a
more
half
than that.
one way.
Hour and a half? No, it's not.
2 hour, whatever it was to Peoria. It was
Almost 3 hours. Almost.
Yeah, but there's still this one would be an extra hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. But now I'm torn because now with the other G8s like the GTO, the WS6, or the G8.
And they're local. They're closer.
Yeah, but there's just something with the WS6 from when I was in high school though. That was the car I was wanting. But at least I
I've
got some.
always liked that car. I've always liked that car. Always.
Keep it real subtle, supercharger, exhaust.
Always liked that car. Let's see about this. Let's see what we can find. And they sent you a blue one, right?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
You sent it to me already?
Yeah.
You sent it to me in Facebook, huh?
Yep. To the LC one.
Is that the one for 13.5? No, that's not it.
No, this one's 15. Well, one was 13.
71,000 miles.
Yep. I actually like the wheels that are on it.
So do I.
If
It's like
anything,
narrow wheels.
yeah, they are actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is that if anything, maybe just a little bit darker tint.
This is nice.
And I'm actually okay with the black stripes on it.
On the hood,
Yeah.
headlights need to be cleaned up, but
Well, it looks like some stuff under the hood.
mm-hmm.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not horrible.
For almost 20-year-old car, I would say this is pretty nice. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have started looking at these things. They got one
Now
of
you
them
know how I
Lamborghini.
feel. Now you know what I've been doing the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I can't believe I sold a Camaro 2 weeks ago today.
Yeah, this one of those things, man. You know what? It's a not. It's you know. It's a Holden family car. Holdens are solid. They are very solid cars.
I can't believe I've been without the vet for 2 weeks.
I'm, you know, well, actually, I've been there. I've been there without the vet for a minute. I know what that feels like, and it sucks.
Yeah,
When I
well,
had to get that,
it's in good hands, so I'm not too worried.
you know what? And that was my mentality when the vet. I had the vet was gone. What 4 weeks for me when I
Yeah,
had that solenoid went bad in the transmission. It was with Paul, so I wasn't concerned. I know it was in good hands, but it sucked. It sucked not having that car, man. And that was like, God, I don't know if you remember, that was in the beginning of the season.
yeah. That's why I was just with everything. That's why I was just like with everything, and then him saying with the opening now if I want, and so it was just like it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
It was just
having
like
it done
I was like,
now.
okay, well, I could enjoy the Camaro, and then turn around selling the Camaro, and it was just like, ooh, I got garage space. I could turn around. Yeah,
Here you go, Lefty. Here you go, Lefty.
Satara sent me that one too.
Really? Oh my God. Here you go, Lefty.
But the
The
funny thing is
wheels on this thing are nasty. It's
that's
got a little bit extra space behind the driver, behind the seats, behind the doors, excuse me.
yeah, but if you, it's funny too because if you look on the Carfax, it says that's a branded title.
Really?
Yep.
So they brought it over. This is straight Australian. So they
Yep.
brought it over and titled it here. Wow.
Yeah, it just said branded title on it when.
Hey, so what do you think about the nice, I won. Left so Cody, tell me about and this came up from Willie Brown, man. Tell me if you heard about that 4-door Mustang. What's your thoughts? And of course we got into Elco's and we started looking into these Holdens. What are your thoughts about Holdens? About the Holden line, should I say, of cars? That Chevy SS is solid as a rock. We talked about what cars we would bring back. Elco is one of those ones we would love to see back. And it all started from a rendering of an Elco I sent to Lefty. It's like, man, if he can bring that one back, he wants it. I think this is the closest you can get to a modern Elco. Interestingly enough, these are out there, bro.
There's a guy in Crystal Lake with one.
I love Holdens too, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Um, all of them. Like, yeah, there is a guy in Crystal Lake that has one. That's right. He actually brought it to that Pontiac show.
And he was at side outs with it too a couple times.
After my experience with that Chevy SS, through the roof of Holdens. Holdens are beautiful. They're solid. When I say solid, solid.
See,
It's
and
what a car is, in my opinion, how cars should be made, period. We're not talking a luxury car. We're talking a car that, in my opinion, rivals a Cadillac in its day. Solid. You close the door, it sounds like you just put on sound deadening earphones. They did these cars right, man. They did them right.
yep. And I
You
actually
haven't seen it?
I have a couple Chevy SSs saved too.
Really?
Uh huh.
I still love them. I still love them. One of my top running videos right now is that review I did on the Chevy SS. That is a very much so desired car. Bro, you have not seen the rendering of the 4-door Mustang. What? So Mustang is a Ford, should I say, is in the process of getting a patent right now for that car. Hey, this is what I'm shocked about. That 180 on the dash. That one Elko Ute I saw at Crown Customs, it had the same package that's on that was on your ZR1. This supercharged and all nine. So I know it had to have a minimum of 200 on the dash. Minimum of 200 on the dash. Oh, this one isn't supercharged. Oh, but it's beautiful. I love the wheels on this thing as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
After
how
you said I love the wheels. These wheels are beautiful, man. Wow, 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 TD says. Changing my oil now. Hey, man, really? Man, I ain't got nothing that need an oil change. I was about to ask if you mind if I go drop something off, but I'm good.
Holly needs an oil change on the Tahoe.
There you go. Go drop it off. TD's doing it right now. Might as well catch him while his hands dirty.
I thought
Bro, this thing,
I thought he
it's
was
on
offering
Facebook.
mobile where he
What'd you
was
say?
coming here. I thought TD was offering a mobile service where he was coming here.
Come on through. This is right in Elmhurst, too. This is in Elmhurst. You can go check this one out in person there, TD. This thing is nice.
Yeah, that's where the other blue G8 I was telling you about, they've got it too. It's the same place.
You got a connecting Ozzy, really, bro. If you do, you got to figure this out. This is where you should be. I wouldn't even, if I were you, Lefty. I would go for a more modern. I will go for a more modern Elko like this. Go with the Holden, and then go put the old school wheels on it. Old school replicas on the wheels. Take it to the next level. This one here is 44. 44.8. I think it's worth the trip, to be honest with you. You could drive this home. I'm sure that'll be a fun drive home with this thing. Oh my goodness.
We should take a drive out there then.
Huh?
So we should go take a drive.
Might have to go check this out. Like for real. Like for real. I would love to check this car out. This sucker is nice. Interior is nice. Yeah, man, Elmhurst. It's right there in Elmhurst. I'm clicking stuff. Why am I clicking stuff? It's in Elmhurst. Let's see if we can find out exactly where it's at. Ooh, it's got a lot of aftermarket goodies too. Make it good power. Oh, this Hassan got this car. This is one of Hassan cars.
Yeah.
Oh. Hassan, he does a lot of consignment, guys. Hassan used to be at Illinois Motors as well. He gets a lot of unique and really nice cars. He gets his hands on a lot of vets too, ZR1s and things like that. It is not supercharged. Let's look under the hood real quick. Where is that photo? Not supercharged, but it is making 415 horsepower, over 415 horsepower, over 415 foot-pound of torque. Meaning, probably have a little space for a supercharger under this thing.
Yeah, you can throw an LSA and all that right on top, no problem.
Yeah, the one that I saw in at Crown had an LSA supercharger on it. I believe it is. Let's see if we can look at the interior. I want to say I don't think any of these are manual. Yeah, this is auto. Oh no, let me back up. The one that was at Crown was a manual. This is an auto. It is an auto. This sucker's nice. Charles Johnson, Mr. Johnson in the building. What's happening, Mr. Johnson? This thing is nasty. Send you the link. Got you. Color it done. I'm gonna send you the link, bro. What else? What else? What else? What else? I was about to show something else, and it just slipped my brain. What was I about to talk about? I was about to show something, I think. Man, this brain just be tripping. LSA boy. He said Kong. He said, nah, Kong supercharger. Nothing but the best. I'm gonna send you this, Lefty, so you can check it out. I know what I was about to look up. I was about to look up some photo horsepower. I'm about to send you this link right now, Lefty. Copy. Why did that just happen?
It's been like that for a minute, dude.
What?
You disappeared.
What is happening here?
Please stand by for commercial break.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't bring that. I don't know why that's coming up. I need to figure that out. But I'm not doing that purposely.
Yeah. Sure.
Here we go.
One thing. Oh, this one's actually. I just found a 17.
Just sent you the link, brother.
Just found a 17 Chevy SS 37.9 with 60,000 miles on it.
Really? Oh my God. All right, 4-door. Let's see if we can find that rendering. Here we go.
Oh, accident, multiple accidents and damage reported.
Not cool, bro. Uncool. Still got my G-body Elco. Still got to. You still want to get your G-body Elco. It's respectable. Respectable. All right. So this is Cody. So this is what Ford is bringing to the world. And if you look at the lines, those hips on the back, what that remind you of back there? Them hips back there.
Hellcat.
Yup. Charger. It's the reason why they're going after this. This is still the 2-doors. Why they not showing the 4-doors? They're going after that market. There's a reason for it. It's an available market. Why wouldn't they? Why are these all the 2-doors? I want to see the 4-door.
I like those seats.
Yeah, the Recaro seats. Short shifter. 140 on the dash.
That's the Fox body gauges. You do the other ones, you go to 160.
Yeah. So the Fox body cuts it off at 140.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's good information. So why am I not seeing the 4-door car anymore? That's crazy. I only got one picture of the 4-door car. That's disappointing.
Maybe they're embarrassed, so that's why they only have one.
Look at this. Oh, that's the Dodge. My bad. If you look at the lines of this, where the front looks, and then look at the 4-door Mustang, they didn't have to go far to come up with their rendering. My question is, how close will they get with this one? I want to see what this thing would they predict the inside will look like. I'm curious about it. I think it's going to be interesting. Hold up, what was that number? Oh, they don't have any real numbers. on what they expect. This is you got to think, man. This is I think it's going to be something interesting, to be honest with you. It says message expired. What in the world? I just sent it,
Oh, before I forget,
sir.
Satara's track rental
Yeah.
is going to be at Byron, not GLD.
At where?
Byron.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I'll go. I'm gonna have to
Actually,
try to get you the
I remember
pass.
to ask him yesterday.
Say that again.
I remembered to ask him yesterday when I was up there.
May have to get see if I can get out there and get some passes in the vet.
April 18th.
See that is my point right there. That exactly what you just said. Right. Although there are rumors in Canada that they're going to be making Hellcats, or at least maybe Hellcats may be available in Canada. Having the U.S. Absent of that market, it opens the door for Ford to take advantage of it. And they can throw the big motors at them. They can throw the small motors. They can literally go after the same market that Dodge had. Everything from the Hellcat with the supercharged motor, or the GT500 big supercharged motor, to the GT350, which would be similar to like the Scat Pack, all the way down to the RT, which is like the 5.0 motor, down to the EcoBoost motor, which is like the what's the last one? Help me out, Ray.
What, the
GT,
SXT? The
the
SXT?
GT, or the SXT. Yes.
But those are even V6s, though.
Huh?
Compared to those are V6s compared to the EcoBoost.
EcoBoost would give you the same power band though. Probably a better power band.
I was going to say the EcoBoost still puts out 310 or 320 something.
Yeah. More than the Pentastar.
Yeah.
Pentastar was barely touching 300.
Yeah, I
And the EcoBoost
or something.
and the EcoBoost can actually can be pushed almost to 500 horsepower.
Yep. I think 475 is
Pretty close.
yeah.
Almost. So when you think about that, and this is what the GT is, the all-wheel drive joint, all with that Pentastar V6. The EcoBoost is going, not only can it give you a much more powerful motor, but it also gives you a little bit more economical motor. So it's going to get better gas mileage for those who don't want to spend that bag on gas. But point being, just like what you said, Cody, it's a market that they can absolutely exploit, because it doesn't mean people don't want them just because they're not selling them.
They
And
need
if
to
they
do
can take
something
advantage of that market, why not?
They
See,
need to
look
do
there.
something better with the security systems.
365 for the 3.5 and 400 for the 3.0 EcoBoost. My point. I know the EcoBoost is making really good power.
Well, the Mustang
Put that motor in so many different things. That EcoBoost is in everything from the Mustang to the doggone, what's the SUV?
Explorer.
To the doggone truck. To the
But
F-150.
the difference though is the Mustang EcoBoost is a 2.3. It's not the 3.0 or the 3.5.
But they could use the 3.0 in a four-door Mustang.
They could, but they're not going to.
In my opinion, I think they should use the same motor that's in the Explorer that they had in an Explorer. What's it called? The STI? Huh?
ST.
The Explorer ST. That should be the same motor in that four-door. You gotta compensate for the weight. You gotta put the power back from the weight. 3.0 would not be a bad move. That motor can make a lot of power. Look at the ST. And I can see enthusiasts taking that motor, saving money on the big motor, getting the EcoBoost, and doing exactly what all the guys that have figured it out with the Explorer ST are doing to that motor. It will be, in my opinion, the exact same. Use the same pattern. It's already written. Just follow the same blueprint, and you'll have the same kind of power that's coming out of that thing coming out of that car. Makes sense to me. I can't wait to see what Ford does with it. I think that it's a very smart move for Ford. I think it's a very smart move for Ford. And if Chevy is getting off their butt and actually want to explore that Impala side of the world, man, that would be dope. Just saying. Only fault of the 3.0 is that wet rubber oil pump belt. Man, am I still off camera?
No, you're on camera.
Okay. I must have fell off for a minute. Sorry about that, Lefty. I think that happened when this thing, the whatever that little pop-up comes up and hijack the screen. I got to figure that out and wonder why that happens because I just don't know. Because I'm not touching anything when it does that.
Well, maybe you should, and then it won't do it.
Maybe. I think you might be right. I gotta figure out how to recreate that thing popping up. Maybe that's what I need to do so I can know what was happening to cause it to pop up.
Hey, Ryan said check your phone. I mean, I'm sure he could have turned around and just got in the group chat instead of wasting my unlimited texting and all that stuff.
Let me see. Am I still off camera? Are
No,
you guys still seeing that?
I see you perfectly fine.
I'm wondering what they're seeing on the actual live though. Let me see.
Let me see what I get on my phone here.
Because that's weird if that's the case.
A boy's just chilling, waiting for his dad. This one right here also got an option.
Oh, wow.
Am I off?
No, I go to click the thing and then a thing came up and it's got a F8 green Trackhawk.
I am off camera. Why is that happening? Hold on.
Oh, yeah. It shows you completely. Yeah, you're completely off.
Huh. Let me see, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. What in the world is going on, guys? I have no idea why that happened. And my apologies, because I did not know.
It's still showing you off right now. It's not even up.
Look at it now. It's on.
Oh, yeah, there it is. It's back.
Maybe I need to keep this thing over here. I need to see what's happening on the other side. Well, this one thing this does do give me a studio view. Maybe I need to keep the studio view on so I can see what you guys see versus what I'm seeing as well. Thanks, Mr. Johnson. I have no idea what happened, man. Sorry, guys. Because of what I'm seeing and then what Ray's seeing, Ray can see, he sees what I see, basically what we thought was normal.
Yeah.
And it's not until I actually go and look back into the actual live that I can see that something is aloof.
Ooh.
Thank you guys for the thank you guys for bringing me back, man. I don't know what happened.
You want to go to Seattle, Washington?
What's in Seattle, man?
A 26 Ferrari 488 Spider.
A what?
2016 Ferrari 488 Spider.
Ooh. I like 488s. I like 458s more, but I do like 488s. How much?
185 with
That's not
8,500.
bad. That's actually not bad at all. Does it have any accidents or anything on it?
Yeah.
458s. I think the
Oh
cheapest
yeah, rebuilt. Yeah,
458.
I didn't even see it right underneath the mileage. Rebuilt title.
Yeah, that I thought so. Because right now, some of the least expensive 458s I'm seeing was in the like 160s, 170s. 488s, because of the supercharge, they usually a little bit higher. They always kind of sit within the 200 range. Thank you guys for letting me know about being off camera, man. I didn't even know. And there's nothing on my side that showed me that I was. That's the weird part. Still got to figure this out. Don't understand why that happened.
Oh, here we go. I think this is rebuilt title. 15 Lamborghini Huracan LP 610, 158.
Wait, which one?
Oh yeah, rebuilt title from 9 years ago. A 15 Huracan LP 610 for
610?
for 158.
All-wheel drive Huracan?
Yeah, it's had slight damage to the front 9 years ago, and it was rebuilt titled from it. Ooh.
From the front end?
Uh-huh.
That means the motor is fine.
Exactly. Who cares about the frunk?
You know, I was looking at there's a few of them that I was looking at, Show and I was looking at. And this is all from a conversation that I had with AB around, buying something to build or rebuild. That's not a bad move when you think about it. When you can put your hands on something like that. And if the goal is to get a car that you're going to drive, the resale value is out the roof. The goal is to get back whatever if you could drive it for free, that's a win, right? Get back what you put into it, or at least something out of it that you put into it. That's the win. So if you bought that thing for 100, and we're going to use round numbers. So you bought it for 150, you put another 10 into it, plus your time and labor to just make it what it is, even if you didn't have to put that much into it, and you're still able to get about 150 for the car, that's a win.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's 145, that's a win, because the minimum you'll drive that thing is a season, right? Drive it for a season and still get your money back, that's a win. Why not? Ooh, GTO. Look, Ray's looking at cars, guys. Look, he just said he got to stop looking at cars, and the whole time he's on the phone, he's looking at cars. Come on, man.
I
Get it
blame
together,
you.
brother. Get it together. You blame who?
You.
Can't blame me, man.
I can't. Well, I found a forklift.
A what?
Forklift.
What's our plans for this forklift?
I'll take the propane tank, put a Hellcat motor on it, upper pulley, E85.
you go you gonna convert it from from propane to E85?
Twin turbo, compound boosted.
Not a bad move, my friend. Not a bad move. I don't know, man. What other car right now? So here's another thing to think about, guys. And with our new administration, buying cars, and if this goes through the way I believe it may end up going through, you're looking at a tax break for buying American cars. You can write off the taxes for buying a car, an American-made car. Not going to do it for anything foreign-made. Think about that. Interest in taxes. I'm sorry, interest in taxes. Like what you do with your house. You can write off the interest on your home, right? Imagine being able to write off the interest on an American-made car that you purchase.
You should
That
even get a
incentive.
break for buying a car in America in general.
Said it again.
You should be able to get a break just by buying whatever car as long as you buy it in America.
I think that's a good point, but I think the incentive is to buy American is what they're trying to do. So if you're buying American cars, if they're promoting and people are buying more American cars, that means more American dollars back into America, which is also more jobs for Americans in America.
I mean, if they're gonna pay me to buy a car, I'll turn around and go buy a whole bunch of cars. If they're
But all your car, you buy American made cars. You don't have any foreign cars. Oh yeah, you do. You got one.
Yep.
Yeah. But for the most part, most of the cars that you've owned have been all domestic cars.
Hey,
You like your Mustangs, you like your Camaros.
the only two
You had the big three.
the only foreign car I ever owned I've only owned two foreign cars. The 19 STI and the 21 WRX.
Oh, no. You got another one. You used to be a BMW guy. You remember?
Oh, that was a decade ago.
Hey. Did you own it?
No, I had payments on it. Bank owned it. I was just.
This is what we doing, guys. This is what we doing. He can't help himself. No, he can't, bro. At all. Absolutely cannot. Ooh, good Lord. This is beautiful.
I was just renting it from the bank monthly.
Really, Ray? Bro, you nuts, man. Look at this thing, bro. Sheesh. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What is it in? Well, it's in this. This thing look like it's on hydraulics.
Chicken car.
Huh?
Flaming chicken car.
Yes. Why is this thing sitting so high? And it's like Crusader Customs. Whose car is that out front? Let's see. It's Caddy. This car was over there with Al, man. Boy, that interior. Oh my God. They just all look like this, man. So familiar. I had so much fun in that car. God. I want another one of these one day, I tell you. I really do, man. One day. One day.
I don't see you no more.
Man, I don't know why this thing keeps doing this, but it's driving me nuts. Spotlight Ray, see if it'll fix it. There we go. Don't know why it's doing it, but I'm gonna have to file a complaint.
It's only do it when you open up another website thing.
I know, but I should be able to do that and not have to worry about that happening.
StreamYard was better.
They brought back my Avalanche, but it is an EV. Yeah, they brought it back last year. I don't know if you remember seeing me posted that thing up last year, man, at the auto show. Was that Avalanche, that EV Avalanche. Looks good.
I saw one at the Chevy dealer and all that. It's like only if it wasn't EV.
That's the only downside, man. Not more American cars, but cars built in America. I would agree with that. I think this kind of bounces off what you were saying, Ray. It's not just, we don't have to just limit it to American cars, but cars built in America. They got a lot of those foreign cars that are built right here in the U.S., on U.S. soil. So if they're built in the U.S., I think we should get that credit. At least be, afforded that credit for tax credit or whatever the case may be. I think it's a tax or it's a benefit of interest, whatever interest you pay on your auto payment. Not a bad deal, if you ask me.
Oh.
I still love my BMW though. I'm just saying that thing is something. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate that car.
I should have kept my phone down.
You can you know you can still put it down, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, but what I'm looking at right now,
God, man, I
this
tell
is
you, man.
pure like orgasmic. 2011 ZR1 in torque
Really,
red.
really.
Had a drag pack.
Oh man. Oh. Oh. That's a C6.
Uh-huh.
You know, C6 ZR1. I love that. ZR1, that's my favorite, bro. That's the king of the hill.
Pardon?
Prime time Zay in the building. What up, bro? We got a link. I know I missed a call from you. Got real busy, got crazy. But we got a link. We got to talk. I've been doing some homework. And I think I found something, but I still need to rap with you about that other side of it, bro. And I like the way you put them on, man. Listen, again, that motivation that we talked about, Zay, I seen that, man, from, that promoting on other folk, bro. I love that, bro. That's fire. Homie that got that Dodge truck, that's that love, man. And congratulations on the new caddy, brother. Ready to see the next caddy, brother. I bet you are, bro. I bet you are, without a doubt. I know you are. I know you are. But we gotta talk about that other thing though, man. I need to get my head completely wrapped around it. I've been studying, taking my little notes, doing my little homework, and yeah, man, I'm starting to get excited about taking that to that next level. Ooh, look at this dude. Man. Wow. How much they
Yeah,
want?
I gave up on the ATSVs.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna share my screen again because I don't know what this thing gonna do, but man, check this thing out, man. Lefty, you might like this one.
Oh.
This is in Crestwood too. This sucker is clean, bro. I ain't seen a money like this in a long time. Especially with that front cap.
Yeah.
This thing is nice, man. This thing is super nice. You say, okay, G bodies. Yeah, bro. Built in the same factory. Absolutely nuts. Let me make sure I'm still on screen after I bop out.
So it'll be Toyota / BMW.
Is it? I know the
Oh, no,
Toyota.
with the new Supras having the BMW motors in it.
I know that I want to say that deal between Toyota and was it Toyota and Honda fell through, if I'm not mistaken. Or was
Nissan.
it Nissan?
Nissan.
It fell through. So we don't know what that's gonna look like. That would have been something crazy.
Yeah.
They share parts now. Wow. Toyota and Subaru selling parts now.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. People sleep on Subis. Subis are very dependable and they're very safe cars.
Yes, you just gotta
Combining the
keep up with the maintenance.
safety and the reliability of Toyota, man, that's a killer combination, man.
Yep, Subarus. As long as you don't lug the engine and keep up with the proper maintenance, be fine.
He said, "No power, no, no power options. Who the hell buys an '87 with no power options?"
Weight reduction.
Depends on what you want. Less things that'll break on an older car.
Exactly.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of that if you had when it's time to roll that window up and down. Been there before. I wanted, what was that little Datsun 510 I had? You roll the window. I had to reach over there and roll that window down.
I remember doing that
The
in my
Nova had to reach over there and roll that window down.
IROC.
Think the Cuddy was power windows. Was it Cuddy? No, I don't know if my Cutlass was power windows, man. My G body, I think it was manual windows. Bought it from this lieutenant in the Navy, and he had just brought his car back from the Philippines. I think it was manual windows. I had manual windows on that car, I believe. Yep. I think the first car I owned that had power windows that I had was that Trans Am. Well, I think it was the Trans Am. Trans Am. Yep. Then the little I think the Nissan had power windows. And then guaranteed that doggone GMC had them power windows. But man, my first few cars, man, I ain't know no power windows was, man. That wasn't an option for me. Nope. That's luxury. I wasn't in that space. Lord, no, I wasn't in that space.
Well, don't be
What was,
mad.
what was the first car you felt like had like all the things that you couldn't imagine owning, like luxury features? What was the first car for you?
My Beamer.
Really?
I was used to sports cars and little turbo neons, having
Yeah.
air conditioned seats, mirrors that folded up when you locked the car, and backup cameras. And
Yeah. See, God, Lee, man,
like
and that's funny
four,
that you say that
four,
because you had
four
cameras in
outlets
your
to
car.
charge phones and
Yeah,
navigation and how many miles till empty and
it
there
was
was
the
a lot of check
Cuddy.
engine light.
Although the Cuddy didn't have power windows, it had power mirrors. It had uh, power steering. Good Lord, like the first few cars didn't even have power steering, man. Golly.
The Beamer not having a check engine light on. Now it's just come custom to me to have that on it with certain cars.
I'm gonna tell you the one that took me to the next level. I felt like I made it when I got that GMC Yukon. Oh Lord, I felt like I was in a big old Cadillac.
I remember my mom yelling at me and making fun of me when I bought the Beamer and showed it to her.
Really, she thought you were sold out.
Well, yeah, considering the cars that she had and everything.
When kept stocked.
Yeah, life's boring. You keep it stock.
What was the first car you guys had when it felt like you had all the killer luxury? I'm honestly say for me, it was my GMC Yukon. My GMC Yukon, man, I felt like it had everything: power seats, power mirrors, windows. It ain't had no backup camera back then. But it had everything else. I felt like it had everything else. That was next level. I ain't
Mine,
had to grab no
mine,
handle and drag a seat up, forward, or back. Man, I had power seats in that thing.
my SRT4 made me feel kind of broke and where I couldn't afford a lot because you had front power windows, but the rear windows were manual crank down.
Where they do that at?
Yeah. And then if
Are
you
you
hit the button,
serious?
you had a 50-50 chance of your sunroof working.
Bananas.
But yeah, that's where I was just like, oh,
210
power.
Sierra. I can see that. Those Sierras are nice though, but you gotta think GMC though, bro. GMC, they always took it to the next level. DJ Ron, the mechanic in the building. My first car, semi-luxury Nissan Stanza. Oh wow. It had a sunroof, windows, power locks, electric trunk opener button. I remember that. Driver's seat was powered. Man. God. I forgot about the trunk. Because I think the Cutlass, I think, had the power trunk. Yeah, oh yeah, that was all luxury, bro. You gotta think, especially those BMWs. BMWs even, God, 20 years ago had technology that some of the cars don't have today. Think about it. Germans have brought so much to the table. Heated mirrors, power seats. They brought so much technology to the table that we didn't have even back then. Crazy. Absolutely nuts.
But I think I'm gonna go crash.
You getting tired, getting low, bro?
Yeah.
My 300. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got that 300 I had. I felt like it had just tons of technology. And what's crazy, they don't categorize that car as a luxury car, but it had tons of luxury features. Mind blowing. All right, Ray, man. Have a good one, bro. Of course, I'll be hitting you
That was
up.
a clean car. I like the 300.
Man, all of them. All of them. Like, even the early generations of that car was always it was always loaded with technology. If you look at the first model of the 300 way back in the day, it had tons of technology that they dumped into that car, and it'll blow your mind. And look, and I see it coming. I saw it on the regular one, but even the cars. He said, "My got a brand new car when I was 18 years old with my military signing bonus. Can't tell you." Couldn't tell him nothing. I believe you, bro. I believe you. But even with that car I had, the amount of technology that was in that car, and they still didn't categorize that thing as a luxury car. 300s are something else, man.
Yeah, they are.
300s
I
are
still love
something
them.
else. Me too. I honestly, if I would decide if there's another car, if I got that itch and I knew exactly what I did to my 300, I'll build another one of those. I really would. Only difference is I wouldn't go all-wheel drive. I have to go rear-wheel drive only.
I did find a nice 23 300S with the 5.7 Hemi in it. Was going to be an option, but we'll see.
That's not a bad move. I honestly, for a moment, when I was looking for a daily, I was looking at those 357. Wait, what do you say? Who remember steering wheel Wilk?
Right.
Yeah, man, for real. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember that. I was looking, so I still looked at 392 300s. You gotta think, man, that car it's gonna be something special in a little while. It's gonna be so rare and such a hard find, right? Again, another another car that was introduced to the Aussies before it came to us, right? The 392 300. Once we got it, it was on. They already had it for years before we got it. But one car, again, to have that power, in my opinion, the luxury to boot, that's the car, in my opinion, that competes with the Germans. That thing is nice. Still not categorized as a luxury car. That's the part. 894 Taurus, yes, sir. All power, everything. Tauruses used to be pretty hot, man. Taurus used to be pretty hot. I ain't trying to hold you, Ray. I know you was trying to go, but if you're sticking around, stick around. I'm not gonna hold you. Whenever you just raise your hand, and say you out. I'm gonna run my mouth. So you out?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good one,
Peace.
man. I'll be rapping with you tomorrow for sure.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right, later.
Peace. Yeah, those Ford Tauruses, man. Ford Taurus was the one, in my opinion, that was one of those that competed directly with that 300 over a period of time, because it was that full body, big body car that had that really crazy soft ride. It had all the creature comforts that you can imagine. Ford Taurus used to have tons of creature comforts. It was just a Ford Taurus. Chrysler, on the other hand, had a different branding about them, because Chrysler's was like oh God, what's the best way I can say this? Because Chrysler's was like, well, all the Chryslers was like the poor man luxury car. It was a working man, blue collar man's luxury cars, right? You couldn't get a Cadillac, you got the Chrysler, and they had different Chryslers all the way across the board. And when the 300 came out, they had the LeSabre. They had all those different New Yorker. Speaking of New Yorker, what up, New York? The real New York is in the building, baby. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, listen. Stopping by, your presence is always welcome here, my brother. Always welcome. Come through. But think about what Chrysler was introducing back in the day, right? With the New Yorker, the LeSabre, they had the Lawrence Welk car, the convertible with people be cruising in. That car was like, it was the blue collar man's luxury car. When the Chrysler 300 came back, when they had reintroduced the Chrysler 300 to the world, it was no longer the poor man's Bentley. I mean, the poor man's luxury car. It was taken over by the hip hop scene. Hip hop scene just took that car to the next level. That car became the hood Bentley. Think about it, man. Wheels, the big grill, that car took off to the next level. When that Chrysler came back, it was the Dub City car. It was in my opinion, it was the poster child for a Dub City car. Big wheels, big grills, loud sound. That car was the poster child for Dub City. Chrysler 300s, man, it's just one of those cars, in my opinion, that it blew up fast. It blew up fast. I don't think Chrysler was ready for what the Chrysler 300 was going to bring to the table when they first were introduced. And Dub City got their hand on that car, man. That thing was everywhere. They petered out a little bit, and then they came back. Still, in my opinion, it came across, or it shined its light as a fleet car per se, but it was also still that blue collar luxury car. And blue collar luxury car isn't a bad word, if you think about it, because the Corvette was always dubbed the blue collar or the working man's supercar. Yes, bro. And I was when I bought my car, and well, no, before I bought my car, when I was doing my research, is when I learned that it did not have the luxury stamp. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a luxury car? I thought the Chrysler 300 was a luxury car. What do you mean it's not a luxury car? It didn't have the stamp, man. It was not dubbed a luxury car. Chrysler did not want it, or uh, uh, it was a Stellantis at the time. It was Daimler Chrysler did not want the luxury stamp on that car, even though there were so many Mercedes-Benz parts on that car would blow your mind. Chrysler 300 had tons of Mercedes background bones, should I say. This thing they had a lot of influence from Mercedes-Benz. That's why the ride was what it was. That's why the touch and feel of the car was what it was. It's because Mercedes, because of the Daimler Chrysler family of things that started happening back in the day. Mercedes had their influence. That's why that ride was so nice on that car. Don't forget about the Pontiac. Pontiac, yeah, that's right. Pontiac was there as well with the older Pontiacs always had that stigma. I'm trying to think of for some reason I'm blanking right now on Pontiacs. Help me out. So you won't spell out the acronym. I won't spell out the acronym. Pontiac also had his space out there, right? When it came to their cars, Pontiac. Oh God, why can I think of Grand Prix and the Grand? Help me out, guys. I'm blanking because it was the big body cars, right? It was that era when the big body cars was coming out, the more modern big body cars, like with the Taurus. All those heavy cars, bigger cars that were the blue collar cruisers, man. Grand Am, and there was another one. There was another one. I'm trying to find out what it is, y'all. Grand Am and Grand Prix. Grand Prix wasn't the big car, though, was it? Grand Am was smaller. Grand Prix was larger. Grand Prix was one of them, but there's another one. I don't know why I can't think of it, man. Maybe it is a Grand Prix. Because when that body style came out, no, Grand Prix was still a coupe, though. What was the four door? Grand Prix they had a Grand Prix four door. Why am I tripping? So it was a Grand Prix. Because the Grand Prix, the Taurus, and there was another one. It was all those cars that kind of came at Park Avenue. That was another one. All right, let's not forget about the Park Avenue. Again, it was all those cars that filled that space for that blue collar luxury. Who do you guys? Who do you think has that? Yeah, there it is right there. GXP. Who do you think has that level of blue collar luxury right now? I think the Chrysler 300 is still one of those cars. I'm not going to hold you. I think it is still one of those cars that has a space for blue collar luxury. When you can't go out there and get that caddy, you go get that Chrysler. Who else has it? I think Buick still has it. I don't think there's a Regal anymore, but I think Buicks are still putting out that heat. Yeah, sure enough. Sure enough. Yep. 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 It was the E-Class platform. Yep. And I think I think Buick is holding on. I think Infiniti is a good one. For American made cars, Buick, definitely Buick. I think Buick is putting out some things that still got that look. If that makes sense. Buick makes some cars, man, that, even some of the stuff that they trying to drop, all next level. And it's like they hanging in there. The Encore. What was the other one that did? The Cross. Lacrosse. Think about it. Regal. The Man, they just got some heat. I'm trying to see what's this other one. That SUV they got that look like it's a baby Urus. I don't want to put it out there like it's a Urus. It's definitely not a Urus, but they put they put a lot of luxury features. It under the GM platform, it falls just short of Caddy when it comes to luxury. Bentley, Bentley, they doing it, man. And now they coming out with that Wildcat concept. Ooh, Lord. Did y'all see that thing at the any videos of that thing at the auto show? Nasty. Absolutely nasty. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me show y'all this. I like the Wildcat. Wildcat, even the older Wildcat, I wouldn't mind owning one of them. Look at this thing. This is the concept of the Wildcat. Sorry, y'all can't hear this, but you know. And what you were saying is their goal is to make Buick, well, not to make, but they put Buick in a premium class. Look at this thing. The Wildcat. It's an EV concept car. Why they take all these cars from back in the day that used to have these big motors and make them EVs blows my mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Baby Lambos. Ain't got that power though. You see this? They did a great job, man. This thing is something else. Absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. This thing probably kicked me out again. Let's see. Make sure I'm back on screen. Let's get me back on screen. We're gonna remove this foolishness. Remove. There we go. Why does this happen? I have no idea. Sorry, guys. But that thing is sick. The only downside for me is the EV. It happens, right? So when you look at what they, we gotta some of it we're gonna have to embrace, you know what I mean? But honestly, it's the look for me. It literally is the look for me. That thing is beautiful. It's a beautiful car, man. Absolutely beautiful car. And again, Buick pride themselves as being a premium brand. So they don't even look at themselves as just a domestic brand. No, a premium, right? So now with premium comes luxury and touch and feel and appearance. And you, when you're a premium brand, you expect all those key creature comforts that you'll find in luxury cars without paying the luxury price. Smart move, you ask me. But they got some quality, man. They got some quality. And right now, let's see. And it's like most of what Buick is putting out right now, SUVs. That's crazy. They got a crossover SUV lineup that's through the roof when it comes to that little SUV they have. But that's like that's the that is the focus of their market right now. That's the biggest side of their market. Crossovers are SUVs. So I'll be curious. I'll be very curious when they do, drop something that's going to be next level. Um, that's going to be something amazing. Even when I'm sitting here bouncing through their site and you hit something that, I hit a section for the performance side of their cars. It's still SUVs. So it's all crossovers. They're literally focused on the market, which is smart when you think about it. Because this is right now, we're in a strong season for SUVs and crossover vehicles. It doesn't make sense to chase after cars when this is the market. If you look at where when Volvo stepped into this market, Jaguar stepped into this market, Aston Martin stepped into that market, they all needed to find a way to keep it moving. Needed to. Oh, let's not talk about the Roadmaster. Bro, I can't wait to see that. What up, bro? Welcome to the party, Jay. Hope you had a good, safe trip, brother. Facts. I'm right there with you, Lefty. I'm not gonna even hold you. I'm right there with you. And speaking of man vehicles, man, I'm curious, and it's I can't say that I'm ready to see the Roadmaster because I don't know if it's gonna be what we remember as the Roadmaster being, right? That's no different than looking at like Maverick, like Ford Maverick. It's a truck thing. Ford Maverick used to be a coupe or a photo, small car, right? They took it and made it something else. They just repurposed the name. Even with this Electra, not Electra. What is the one that I just looked at? Wildcat. Wildcat was a bad boy back in the day, right? And now they're making this electric car that has all these really curvy lines. It doesn't, in my opinion, take on the appearance of what Wildcat, in my opinion, looks like. I would take the older Wildcat over the new one. The new one lines are stupid, but it's still an EV that I just have not been able to embrace. Roadmasters, they were literally that, the Roadmaster, bro. Highway cruiser, monster, just get out there and cruise forever. That thing, it would sail like a boat, man. Look at what Ford did with the Mustang. Exactly. Ford Mustang now, right? You got a Ford, the which we were just talking about, by the way, bro. So when you think about, it's a very smart move on Ford to go and take advantage of that market, especially considering it's a gap in that market with Dodge, Stellantis stepping aside from that Hemi. In my opinion, they just cracked the door and allowed the enemy in. In my opinion, they got a great opportunity to do some great stuff with a with some 4-door horsepower. Roadmaster was the same size as a Caprice. It's basically the same car, different badging, different grill. It was the same car. Big car. My grandfather had a Roadmaster. That thing was huge. And the Cadillac. the Fleetwood. So it was the same as the Fleetwood as well. Cadillac Fleetwood. All them big old cars for that same generation. They just took the rebadge, change the interior. Not that much different than what they did with all the G bodies. It was all the same concept with those G bodies. They were basically the same car with different badging, different features. Some of the features were different, but they were all G bodies, all pretty much same car, made all pretty much in the same way, just different grills, different tail lights, different badging. Basically the same car. Not one rode different than the other. They all rode the same. I had Cutlass. My dad, grandparents had Regals. Buddy of mine, he had the Monte Carlo. And I had another partner had the Grand Prix. Like, they all rode the same. They weren't different. They all rode the same. Different badging, different grills. Then came the Impala SS and shut it down. Facts. Thing was a monster, bro. It brought something completely different to the table. Although, and I can't say completely different, because honestly, Roadmaster, the Fleetwood, they had big motors. They just weren't tuned for the power. But they had big motors that made big power. It just wasn't put together that way. I had a guy that lived in my neighborhood. He raced trucks. He had a race truck. He used to take his truck to the track and run it all the time. And the only motor he would put in his car, in that truck, were Cadillac motors. He only wanted the Cadillac motors. They made big power. They gave him everything he wanted, and that's what he ran. And you'll see he'll buy a donor Fleetwood, pull it out there, pull that motor out there, and put that sucker in that truck right on the side of the road. Get that thing ready for the track. Absolutely bananas. But they made power. They just wasn't tuned the way they should have been to make the power that they could make, right? However, the Impala SS was ready for all of the smoke. It came off the line. We're ready for all the smoke. Still had room for more, but the SS carried the SS badge also. Meant it wasn't just going to be your cruiser. It was meant for something different. There were so many cars that GM need to bring back. Ooh, agreed. Ooh, strongly agreed. I would love to see a Chevelle. I would love to see a Nova. We were just talking about this, man. You right on start. This is all the stuff that we were just talking about. What cars we'd love to see come back. Chevelle, Nova, Le Mans, yes, yes, yes. All the way across the board, yes. Would love to see those guys back in the swing of things. I guess y'all don't remember Gino Rose dropped that North Star. I remember. And North Star came with his own little list of problems, but it did its thing. Ooh, let's not talk about the Mercury Marauder. Come on, bro. 5.0 motor. That's out of Mustang. Thing was nasty. Mercury had that blend with they had a crossover with Ford, right? No different than the Mercury Marauder, but they also had the Cougar. That had that little Cougar that looked just like a Mustang back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that. It had a 5.0 motor. In my opinion, I thought it looked better than the Mustang. But it had all the things that the Mustang had. It was same as it's along the same lines as that Fox body, except in my opinion, I thought it looked better. I thought it looked better. But that was all those crossovers, man. Remember the crossovers? Mercury and Ford had them crossovers, man. They had them crossovers. Them suckers looked nasty back in the day. What was the other one that when Ford started really playing with that 5.0 motor? The Lincoln. The Lincoln had the 5.0 motor. Lincoln and the Thunderbird. Did the Thunderbird have that 5.0 motor with that little body style they used to have back in the day? they were utilizing what they had and getting power out of those cars. I think Ford was killing the game back then too. They were clowning with the 5.0. You couldn't touch them. Ford was killing the game. So they had the Foxbot, they had the 5.0 GT, they had the LX, right? And then they also had that same motive dropped in the Lincoln. It was dropped in the Thunderbird. So you had a couple of options where you were able to play with that same level of power. And at the time, I don't know if Ford had anything to compete with it other than the Camaro. Yeah, they had Mustang. I mean, they had always had Vet, but no, the Vet didn't really compete because that was around the fourth gen Vet. That thing was horrible. It sucked. Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That would be not. It would be interesting to see their interpretation of the a modern day Fairline. I would agree. I would agree. I love the 500, bro. That thing was something else, like bananas. They got a guy up here that has a black one. He has a sticker on his car. Black cars matter, right? And but he restored his, and he literally like I touched every screw on his car, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. He did such a wonderful job. This car is beautiful. Um, But to see that come back and what would that be, man? Again, you gotta think they brought back the Maverick. I learned to drive in a Maverick, and it wasn't a truck. Is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So I would be interested in seeing what's their interpretation. If they were to bring a Fairline back, what would be their interpretation of a modern day Fairline? Will they try to pay homage to the original car, or would they just take the name and throw it on whatever they want, like they did with the Maverick? Yeah, I don't like what they did with the Maverick. Yeah, that completed with the GTO. You're right. It absolutely did. It sure did. Wait, got a call from his friend. It's all good, brother. Yeah, man. Pontiac cars was on a different level too. In my opinion, I thought they stood out a little differently. And at the time, I want to say Pontiac was sitting up there with Ford. Ford just brought a certain level of performance, and Pontiac was right behind him with that level of performance, in my opinion. Um, Pontiacs, they had a run, especially with during that time, with their line of cars, they had a little power behind what they were bringing to the table, especially with the Trans Am, with the Fiero being the small, although small and affordable, it was still you got to think it was actually pretty peppy for that time in its day. It don't compete now, but it basically stood and held its own for back in the day. You got to think that little car was, it was the one little car that, what I say, the Europeans or the probably more European because it competed more with the European cars. You got to think what they had a lot of small sport cars back then, right? European cars had those small sport cars. That Fiero was one of those that competed with those when it came out. So Trans Am, the Firebird, GTO, Le Mans, Tempest, yes, yes, yes. They had a lot of cars that sat in that space. Ooh, let's not talk about the formulas. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And it was mid-engine. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that it was mid-engine. It was a small mid-engine car, but it was still mid-engine. That Thunderbird had a V6 turbo. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. I remember first, when turbo cars was when we, the US, started really paying attention. Because back in the day, I didn't pay attention to them because I wasn't paying that much attention to foreign cars. I paid most attention to American made cars back when I was younger. And it wasn't until I really started paying attention to those where the turbo motors really started to ring high. And then that's when they started, you had US usually had big motors. We always had really, really big motors. And it was the Germans that was first really starting to spin off on a lot of those turbo cars, right? And the Italians, turbos and the Italians. Not turbos and Italians. Nah, no, it was mostly the Germans. It was mostly the Germans because I don't think the Brits really dug into that too heavy early on because they had a lot of challenges with their cars. But the Germans was actually killing the game because they offered that stuff really early on in the game. They weren't really big turbos, but they were turbo cars nonetheless. And then Americans really started jumping on a bandwagon, finding where they can use forced air to create efficiency in their cars. Oh my God, I remember this. Pontiac Firebird. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Big motors. We had big motors. Big motors. We threw motor at all kind of stuff, man. It was so crazy for me, right? Seeing Americans and all our big motors. The part that really baffled me was after really accepting all the big motors that we had from the US perspective. And then when you start looking at the race cars, they were tiny. They weren't throwing big motors at the race cars like that, right? When we got past like the Trans Am and we talking the race, not the car, we started getting into more modern race cars. They were much smaller motors, high revving. Some of them, a lot of them was 6 cylinders, right? Um, it just shocked me that those motors were so. And then some of them, they were very tall, very very small V8s. That was just mind blowing to me because I'm so used to seeing our big motors that came out of the U.S. It just rocked me, man. It tripped my head out. T-Top IROC Z IROC Z LT1. Yes, sir. That used to be one of those cars, man. That was like dope man car in my hood, man. You had one of those, you know what you was doing. Z24s. Oh my God. Let's not talk about all the Z cars. How many Z cars were they? Z24, Z26, Z28. There was a few different Z cars out there. The Cavalier, what was the other one? Cavalier, there was another one, the bigger one that was a Z26. The Z24 is a Cavalier, Z20 IROC, Z28, and then you had the Z24 was a Cavalier. What was they had a 26, Z26 if I'm not mistaken. What car was that? It was a 4-door car. I could see it. It had that long nose. Oh, let me see. It had a long. I just remember I felt like it had a long nose for some reason. Z26. What was the Z26? The Beretta. The Beretta. These are all the cars that was happening. Like my senior year, these cars were hot, man. Beretta GT, yes. All these cars were hot back in the day, man. There was the Z23, Z26, Z27. There was so many different Z cars. I just remember the Z cars Chevy just went nuts with all the Z cars, man. I used to want the Cavalier so bad. I don't know why I wanted that Cavalier. The Beretta, I liked the Beretta. I had a partner of mine that had the Beretta. I used to like those, don't get me wrong. But something was about that Cavalier. I wanted that Z24, man. All those Z cars. Oh my God. I remember that, man. Gee whiz. Sheesh. And why did I want a Cavalier? Why was the Cavalier so interesting to me? I have no idea. I have no idea. None whatsoever. Wish I could film at work, man. They got something dropping right. Really? I wish you could as well. I need to get you some of them meta glasses, man. We gotta get you some meta glasses. Lord. I would love to see. I love to be behind the veil, my brother. I would love to be behind the veil. I'm not gonna even hold you. They were, bro. They were quick. It was something about those cars that was they were quick, especially for that day. Like right now, it probably won't seem like it was a very fast car if we drove one today. Back then, they were quick. They were quick, bro. Let me see. And listen, I'm glad I said that too. Because I said today it probably won't feel like it. But believe it or not, that thing was making 150 horsepower. But it fell fast back then. You gotta realize I graduated in 89. That car was hot. When I say hot, hot to death back in that day. When I graduated in high school, hot to death. How much horsepower did the Cavalier make? I mean the Beretta. Beretta ain't made, but bro, it only made 160 horsepower. This thing felt crazy fast. Wow. This blows my mind sitting here looking at this thing. God, this car used to seem like it was just lightning fast, bro. It felt like it was lightning fast back in the day. This blows my mind. Had the same engine in Grand Prix. And a drop top Sunbird. They repurposed all those motors, man. Losing Pontiac and Oldsmobile was two big losses to the car industry. I agree. I just don't. The problem is being able to keep up. When they were repurposing body styles and motors and all that other stuff, it worked. All those big car markets were still running. Not only that, but a lot of Americans was buying American cars. When the European cars and the German cars really started flooding in this market, you got to think, back when I was a kid, most people didn't have those cars, at least not in my neighborhood. I'm sorry, let me just say that. Most people didn't have those cars where I came from. And when I did see people with them, especially those people that brought them to the hood, they brought them cars from overseas because they were in the military and they brought their car back home. Like, it wasn't common for me as a kid to see BMWs and Mercedes everywhere. It was so far and few in between. But I saw Lincolns, I saw Cadillacs, you know what I mean? I saw Buicks. I saw those guys on the scene. You just didn't see all the German luxury cars. Now they're everywhere, right? So now when you have German luxury cars, British luxury cars, all over the place. Now, Korean luxury cars, right? When you have so many different makes and models that are happening, it truly starts to directly affect the American market because now you got to be able to still sell those cars. Look at what's happening to Dodge with all those cars that are still unsold. They got 2-year-old cars that have no miles on them, bro. On lots and unable to be sold. So when you get to those points, and what's one of the hottest cars on the market for young guys? BMWs. BMWs, man, they everywhere. They are everywhere, man. It's like when Mustangs, although very still affordable cars, beautiful cars, they're just not all over. They're not as popular to that scene. Those younger scenes, they love BMW. They love those Benzes, right? And it's crazy, right? So you see some of those cats who can't afford the BMW. What they get first? They get a Honda. They play with a Honda until they can afford a BMW. After they get their BMW, what do they get after the BMW? They get a Porsche. That's how they graduate themselves up to what they want, right? It's like something about those BMW guys. They always want to graduate themselves up to a Porsche. If they pick certain muscle cars and made modern versions of them, I would agree. They would sell like hotcakes. I would agree with you. The Cudas, man, come on, come on, bro. Chevelles, just like what Griff was talking about, Novas, Le Mans, bro. If they brought those cars back, if they brought more modern versions of those cars back to the market, I believe that they will catch attention. Being able to put the technology that we have today behind something that truly it's got to truly represent that car. Again, I give you Maverick, all right? And Maverick don't look like what Maverick looked like back in the day. But if they can bring those things back, oh my God, bro, that would be ridiculous. Same Dodge dealerships are doing giveaways. Like if you buy a certain Ram truck, they'll give you a Dodge Hornet for free. What? Dodge trucks they are struggling to sell Dodge trucks. Do y'all know that? Like they are struggling to sell Dodge trucks. There's such a surplus because the truck market isn't what it used to be. SUVs and crossovers. Lefty, you said it. SUVs and crossovers. That is the popular run right now. And I say that I would love to get me a truck. Man, I really appreciate my SUV right now. We got three SUVs out here in the front of one out front ain't going nowhere. My daughter has a crossover. My wife has an SUV. I have an SUV plus the vet. So if there's an example of what does that look like, it's pretty much where we are. We got to this space of people movers, and I'm at a place. I feel like I need to at least have one for myself. But everything else I get beyond this, I don't mind. I don't mind everything else I get beyond this. Only having 2 seats, I'm good with that. Too much inventory because they can't sell it. It's not that they made too much; it's that the market doesn't support it. The market shift. There's a big shift in the market. And well, demand. Well, no, we went through something. They had this little thing called COVID that really, really affected our market in a very crazy way. There's been a lot of things more than COVID. I can't say just COVID. There's been a few other things that came and affected where we are at this time. But that point being said, SUVs they became the cream of the crop. They rose to the top. And it ain't just the big ones. The big ones, they struggle a bit too. People have been a little bit more frugal because of how the dollar had to stretch, especially when we went through a pandemic. Those who couldn't work had to figure something out. So they try to make it stretch. You still got to move people, but we got to move them in an economical way. They're not looking at big motors. Well, at least most people aren't. And with the crossovers, you can get an SUV with a smaller motor, far more economical. SUV replacing the station wagon, it is. And think about what station wagons were in the 70s. They were everywhere. And believe it or not, here's the crazy part. We got station wagons today, but people have a stronger passion for the SUV in that space as the family vehicle. It's a people mover, even over minivans. Because now, when minivans were, I can't ever say that minivans was cool. They were popular. That was a different generation. The newer generation says, I'm not driving a minivan. So they buy SUVs. Some people still get their minivan, don't get me wrong. But everybody is not in the space. Everybody don't want them. My wife never saw an affinity for a minivan. She's like, I will never own a minivan. It's just not for her. I ain't mad at her. She'll get an SUV though. The trucks are too expensive these days. They went, oh yes, yes. Just think about it. Yes, yes. I went from a phase where I ignored trucks. I wasn't even paying attention to them because I knew what I wanted. Eventually I thought I'd get me the diesel, get me like a 250, 350. I wanted a big truck. I don't want a small truck. Let me just say, to be honest with you, I want a big diesel truck. Everything that is not good for the for the planet. I wanted a big diesel truck. Um, and when you really pay attention to those trucks, I wasn't paying attention to them like that because I was focused on my cars and I was good. When I opened my eyes to start looking at what those prices are nowadays, bruh, those truck prices are ridiculous. I never realized how much they've gone, how they've shifted. Coming from the South, truck prices weren't like what I'm seeing now. Like truck prices were way different. Nowadays, you paying a grip for a truck. A grip. Who'd have ever thunk that a truck would be a six-figure vehicle? Like what? And we're not talking the big diesel towing and all this other stuff. No, 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 no. We talking, quarter ton trucks. Like what happened? How we get here? Prices are through the roof. They're crazy, man. Those prices are ridiculous. My first Escalade, the title said station. Did it really? That should have helped with the from an insurance perspective. I can tell you that. Man, minivan was 90. Yep. 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 Bruh, for real, for real, for real. Now it's only one cool minivan. It's the Astro van from GMC and Chevy. At one point, the only reason why I wanted one of them because it was all-wheel drive. It was the only one that was all-wheel drive. Make you have to make more money. They force you to make more money or make some very questionable decisions. You got to figure it out. These trucks are different, man. Top end trucks, yeah, are house money now. They really are. Like if you look at some of what these things, like for me to get the truck I want, it's got to be able to make it. It's got to be able to pay for itself. For me to get the truck I want now, I gotta strongly consider in some kind of car hauling business. I gotta get a trailer with that truck so I can get that truck to pay for itself. I'm gonna be out there like Zay, driving across the country, moving cars. It's got to be able to pay for itself. Those trucks are not cheap. But the reality of them all, of those things, to be honest with you, nowadays, especially with those big diesels, 250s, 350s, they are you can haul with them. They can make money for themselves. So you can get out there and you can really get out there and do some work with those trucks to make money. That's what Zay doing right now. That's exactly what he's doing. He get out there, put some miles on that thing. It's very easy. Put a 500,000 mile on those things without before you have to really do anything serious to it. I can't remember. He gave me a number that if you're gonna get one of those before you have to get this one big service. If you working and you're using that truck, get rid of it before that, or buy it right after it had that service. Raptor R, man, see, $150, bananas. Who'd have ever thunk it, man? Who'd have ever thunk it? You used to be able to buy a supercar for those prices. Yeah, for real. If you can still buy a supercar for 150. It ain't gonna be. It depends on what you get. You can still get it. You can get an R8 for less than 150 with the V10 plus markup. The good thing about the markup, they're fading a little bit. It's still there, but it's fading. So eventually, I think we're going to get past the markup eventually, and land in a place where you just buying a car. But I still think the prices are still going to be pretty inflated, in my opinion. Prices for the cars are not going to go down. Let's just face it. Price of the cars are not going down. They will only go up. F-250 XLT crew cab is a good look. Yeah, I would agree. And that's what I was looking at first. Diesel. But still, jeez. It's still $500,000 motor if you get the right setup or diesel package. It's a car that's it's gonna do a lot for you. With technology there, easier to drive now too, very much so. Everything from towing to hitching up, man, you can do that all by yourself. Where it used to be a 2-man job. You can do that all with one person with the technology nowadays that exists. Everything from air suspension that'll lower the vehicle to let you get up under to cameras in the rear that will guide you directly to where you're supposed to be the hitch up, and then the air suspension will lift the vehicle up, and now you are connected to your rig. It's crazy the amount of technology that exists right now. Paid 102. Oh Lord. For my semi and a pickup truck prices. Oh my God. That's the crazy part. So you paid 113 for a semi. They got pickup trucks that you cannot buy for $113,000. And that thing gonna pay for itself. That's the crazy part. It's gonna pay for itself. You gotta get out there and drive that truck, but it's gonna pay for itself. What y'all think about the Cybertruck? Kim says it's a traveling coffin. You can have it, bro. Traveling coffin. You can have it. They're everywhere up here. I see them all the time. I see one every morning when I drive to work. At least one. There's a black one that I'm always seeing going the other direction. I see them all the time. There's nothing. I know who that truck's for. I just realized whose truck that is. Wow. There's nothing about that truck that impresses me. I'm not interested at all. Nothing. You can have it. Nothing about the Cybertruck that is interesting to me. I think that it's just is it status? Is it novelty? Where's the utility? Because I ain't never seen it do work. I have never seen anybody with all the Cybertrucks they have on the road up here. I have not seen one in a utility space doing work. I've only seen them just driving at shows, showing up. It's a status piece, and the prices have slammed to the earth. They do not have the value that they started with. Completely slammed to the earth. Oh yeah, let's not talk about that part, right? They got technology that allows you not just to see behind you, but you can see behind the thing you're pulling. How? That is alien technology. You can see behind what you're pulling. How? It is absolutely baffling to me that they come up with that level of technology. Man, oh, they don't make. Yeah, they're everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. Yeah, you can definitely can keep that, man. That one finger. I see you, brother. I see you. Really? One of the one I saw a video, and I don't know where it was, but the sucker couldn't get out of a parking spot because of snow. It was just spinning the tires. Zzz, zzz. It couldn't move. Come on, man. You got all that truck, and it's heavy, and you can't get out of ice and snow. Ice is one thing, You can't get out of snow. Come on, man. Really? It's gonna be beautiful Friday, man. It's gonna be beautiful Friday. I really need to lock myself down to figure out getting these doggone wheels fixed. I got a wheel bent on Zeus, so I gotta go get that thing handled, man. I think I bent the rim hitting pothole or something. I gotta see if my boy Paul hook me up, man. I gotta hit him up. I'm probably gonna go over there tomorrow, man. See if I could talk to him about that. I definitely need to get something done. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done tomorrow, but I definitely want to talk to him and see what he can do for me. I got just too much going on, man. Too much. But I'm really excited about getting out with this weather that's coming up. And here's the crazy part: it don't have to be Zeus for me. This BMW, man, this something else, man. I'm impressed. I never thought I'd be that impressed with this vehicle. I knew I wanted something fun that was going to kind of take my mind off of those opportunities when I'm not able to drive Zeus. But boy, I ain't expect this. I didn't expect it. Like this thing is something else. Like for real, something else. I ain't expect it, man. Oh, we good. Ooh. Hey, wasn't that what was this big old recall on the Broncos? I used to listen, I was actually this close to moving on Bronco. I was this close to moving on the Bronco. But then they had I learned that the best I can do is the EcoBoost motor, and I wasn't crazy about it. I don't know. Maybe if I'd have seen what they're doing with the Explorer ST, it could have been motivation for me to move on it because I knew at least that it gave me options to get more out of that car, right? But right now they got a crazy recall on so many of those cars, those Broncos. I still like them. I went to the last year Chicago Auto Show and I did the Bronco experience there, and I was very thoroughly impressed with that car. Like, there's nothing about a Jeep that you would drive me close to with the being able to do what that thing was able to do. It was mind blowing. The owner is going to get it up to 6 and easy with that motor. You can do it with that motor. Have you looked at any of the videos of what they're doing with the ST with the Bronco ST? It's crazy the amount of power they're able to get out that motor. It's mind blowing the amount of power that they're able to get out that car. EcoBoost, twin turbo, 3.5 liter twin turbo. And they can get all that power. Again, this goes back to what I talked about with it's interesting how we had the big motors and we throw big motors at stuff, right? And then the Europeans, the European, the Italians, they was at the V10s, and then they were throwing V12s and getting all that power. Then that's starting to shrink because you can see where we're putting, well, not just us. There's a lot of V6s out there because it's the same technology that they got in F1 now, where they throwing V6s, twin turbo V6s that are making stupid power, right? More power than some of the biggest motors that we've seen in American muscle across the board, right? Right out the gate. This is without work done. And even now with Lamborghini, with the Hurricane replacement, you talking crazy high revving V8, twin turbo V8, over 10,000 RPMs. Come on, man. It still have electric assists, right? 3 electric motors, 1 at the axle, 2 on the front, bringing it over the 900 horsepower threshold, should I say, but it still has this crazy high rev V8, which is completely out of the realm of what's in our mind is typically normal for Lamborghini. Completely. Lord, man. That's another one. GM doesn't capitalize on the uh K5. Should have come back. Yeah, remove. Yep. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. That just took it to another level. Not only that, but think about the markets that you're able to go after when that top comes off, when you're able to have that top come off. What kills me about that Bronco, and if you don't know, it is one of the most modular vehicles out there. When I say modular, I'm everything from you tear up a fender, you can order another fender and it just bolt on. And we ain't talking about you ain't got to go to no body shop. You can just do it yourself. It's real simple. It's not like the way fenders are today. No. It's real simple. They made it that easy. They made it that easy. Not just on their professional rock crawling teams or Baja teams. No, all of them. They really did they were thinking very forward thinking with that vehicle when it came to the consumer. It's a good car, man. It really is a good one. They took it to the next level. Gotta go take the dogs out. You have a good night. You too, bro. You have a good one, man. I'm getting low. I'm not gonna even hold you guys. Head still hurts a little bit, and I think I need to wrap up. But I appreciate you guys' coming through, man. We had a good conversation. I appreciate this. I like this kind of conversation. I love this kind of conversation right here. I love this kind of conversation. It's good stuff, man. I like cars. I like talking about cars. I like being around them. And there's so many different things, man, that comes to mind. One of the things again that I really wanted to get into today was like it's old schools, because Ray and we kept talking about old schools like for 2-3 days, these old school conversations, and for some reason it was just wrapping around my head about like, God, what would be that old school that they need to bring back? There's so many of them that needs to come, and so many of them that needs to come back, and I think that would be just a blessing to the community. Nothing but love, bro. I have to tap out. Appreciate you, bro. Straight same here, brother. You know that all day long, man. Thank you very much for coming through and blessing the channel, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Listen, guys, y'all know we're gonna wrap up, man. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Thank you for the banter, the conversation. Cannot wait to dive back into this next week. I'm sure there's gonna be some really, I want to try to dig into some. I got some topics in my head that I want to dig a little bit deeper into too, man, and see if we can get everybody on the floor talking and kind of diving into this stuff. We touched upon some really good topics tonight, and I like this kind of conversation. This is stuff, some of the stuff I just sit and think about, to be honest with you. So it's cool to be able to take it outside my head and share it with other people. Thank you guys for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. You guys, I tell you, you make my week in the beginning so that this carries over throughout the week. And it's going to be even better for me having started this conversation here, because it's going to be warmer as we get closer to the end of the week. So thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Can't wait to bring the conversation back to the table next week. But for now, we're going to have to shut this down, man. Come on, man. Y'all know how we do. With all y'all help, y'all know how we do. We don't do the normal around here. Not at all, man. Why is that? Because we were designed from greatness, guys. And because we're designed for greatness, guys, we have the right, the responsibility, and authority to never, ever, ever be average. So, guys, don't be average. Yeah. And shout out to all my vets, the ones that have been separated, active duty, retired, reserve, and have transitioned on to the next phase of their career. Always remember, freedom ain't free. Peace. Y'all be good, people. Love.